shot while on patrol in Washington, D.C. Wednesday.
Sarah Beckstrom of West Virginia, one of the guardsmen that we're talking about, highly respected, young, magnificent person. Started service in June of 2023. Outstanding in every way. She's just passed away.
President Trump made the announcement from his Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida and says the other National Guard member shot, Andrew Wolf, also from West Virginia, is in bad shape in a hospital. Beckstrom's death means the suspected gunman, an Afghan national, wounded when other soldiers shot back, Ramanullah Lakhanwal, will face a murder charge. Attorney General Pam Bondi tells Fox,
"We will do everything in our power to seek the death penalty against that monster who should not have been in our country."
Lakhanwal came into the U.S. in 2021. He was granted asylum this spring. The administration is calling into question the vetting process for Afghan refugees. But Lakhanwal worked with the CIA in Kandahar, Afghanistan, serving in an elite counterterrorism unit operated by the agency. As a member of the Zero Unit, he would have gone through a vigorous screening process. Afghan evac says that includes biometric screening, biographic checks, and in-person interviews. Still, the president is doubling down, saying, "I will permanently pause migration from all third world countries to allow the U.S. system to fully recover."
Well, that's Fox's Madeline Rivera. Now to Hong Kong. They keep finding bodies in the charred remains of 7 high-rise apartment buildings burned in Wednesday's massive fire. It's up to at least 128 people dead, dozens more still unaccounted for. A lot of Americans are up early, getting ready for Black Friday.
Looking out for all the prizes, all the electronics, get some gadgets, get some video games.
He's in Chicago as the holiday shopping season starts. The National Retail Federation predicts 187 million Americans will shop from now through Monday. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
It could be a messy weekend on the roads. Radar clear, 23 degrees on Monument Circle right now with a wind chill making it feel like it's 13 degrees. Your high today, only 32. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:02. Several winter storm watches are up across northern and central Indiana this morning. In Indianapolis and nearby areas could get 3 to 7 inches of snow this weekend.
Chances of more snowfall are greater when you get up north and west of Indianapolis, north of I-70, places like Crawfordsville, Lafayette, Kokomo. They have the possibility for moderate snowfall up there, especially during the Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening time frames.
Forecaster Alex McGinnis at the National Weather Service Indianapolis says today is going to be bitterly cold but dry. Forecasters say precipitation this weekend could make travel difficult. A 6-year-old boy has died after he accidentally shot himself on Indianapolis' southwest side on Thanksgiving Day.
You just can't take a bullet back when it's left the gun, and in this instance, a child got a hold of a firearm. We got to do better as the adults, right?
IMPD officer Tommy Thompson says the cops found the child at a townhome complex. He later died at the hospital. Family violence on Thanksgiving night left one person injured on the west side of Indy. Cops say a shooting happened just after 8:30 at the Steeples apartment complex along West Washington Street. Officers found somebody that had been shot not far from that location, and then they were able to track down somebody who they think shot that person across town. They're still looking into this whole thing. House Speaker Mike Johnson is set to hop on a call with Indiana Republicans this Saturday to talk about redistricting. This comes just days ahead of lawmakers returning to the State House on Monday with the House back in session to debate redistricting. Hoosier golf great Fuzzy Zeller has died at the age of 84. And the Old Oaken Bucket game tonight at 7:30, Pitt's number 2 IU against Purdue. And IU is looking to end the season undefeated and head to the Big Ten championship game. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic and weather together in 1 minute on a Black Friday. It's 6:04.
Everybody knows Hubler's got the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles. But did you know? Now you can get that same limited powertrain warranty on new Toyotas. Introducing the all-new Hubler Toyota. Get grand opening savings all month long. And right now, lease a new 2025 RAV4, just $349 per month. Or a new 2026 Corolla, $219 per month. Plus, choose from Camrys, Corollas, Highlanders, Tundras, and more.
Hubler's got you covered.
At the all-new Hubler Toyota on US 31 South in Indianapolis. Visit HublerToyota.com. Grand opening savings and the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles.
Cover me!
Select models, approved credit, plus tax tag title license, 249 dealer doc, 36 months RAV4 model 4432, 39 months Corolla model 1852, 29.99 due, 0 security, 10,000 annual miles, 15 cents per mile thereafter, expires 11/30.
All right, we're checking out northbound 65 on the south side. That is a crash between Keystone Avenue and Raymond Street. It blocks the right lane in a construction zone, and right now, no delay. But there is a bit of a slowdown as you make your way into the city center from the south side, wherever you might be coming from this morning. Traffic sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. The free AutoZone Fix Finder service can help troubleshoot the likely cause of your pesky check engine light for free and get you back on the road. Restrictions apply. Get in the zone. AutoZone. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thanks, Matt. Wish TV meteorologist Tara Hastings. Good morning. Happy Black Friday. How does our weather look?
Hey, happy Black Friday. Good morning. Boy, it's a chilly day today if you're going to be out and about. Bundle up. We've got sunny skies. Temperatures will be climbing near 33 for the afternoon. The clouds begin to increase later tonight. It'll be chilly with lows falling around 20. All right, on Saturday. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Carl. Yes. It's going to be chilly. All right, what everybody wants to know, the snow. We are going to look for accumulating snow beginning around daybreak on Saturday. It will continue throughout the entire day. There we go, winter. See Carl coming in with the sound effects. 2 to 4 inches of snowfall in Indianapolis. The farther north you go, more significant amounts. 6 to 9 inches, maybe even a foot around parts of northern Indiana near the state line. And then a little bit farther southward, we'll see those accumulations drop off as well. Highs around 35. Late Saturday evening, we could see some of that snow changing over to rain in spots that will diminish some of the snowfall totals. So heads up. Either way, the winds are going to be a bit breezy as well. So travel impacts are likely heading into Saturday.
Thank you so much, both of you. Great job all around. It is 6:07 Friday morning. Johnny Katz, the morning news, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins, filling in. Thrilled to be with you. A whole bunch of stuff out there to talk about. A huge story happened on Wednesday, just before the holidays. A truly horrific thing. 2 National Guardsmen in Washington, D.C., both of them from West Virginia, were shot and killed. I'm sure you've heard of this story by now, unfortunately, or at least they were shot. I think, as far as we know, and Carl, maybe hop on and correct me if I'm wrong here, we haven't actually been officially told if both have passed away. One of the 2 people, we've heard from the father of that individual, and that the father said that it was incredibly unlikely that that person was going to actually survive. The other one, I think, is still in critical condition. But the reason I say it the way I did, and I apologize for opening that way, is that the governor of West Virginia had told us that they had both passed away, and then military protocol would be to inform family first. So people believe for that reason they sort of retracted that statement. Just a horrific story, though. Awful, awful story. And I pray to God that somehow, some way, at least the one who might still be fighting for their life can somehow survive this. But the reason that I wanted to open the show and talk about this, and this is the day after you got to spend time with your family, you got to sit down at the Thanksgiving table and whatever you did, it just makes me so much more than I normally would. And I'm usually a person who would say that your military are the people you need to thank and the people you need to praise, and the job they do or the sacrifice they give to our society is so, wildly misunderstood by the general public. We don't say thank you enough to people who put on a uniform and say they'll put their life on the line for this country. And then 2 of them are targeted. And even more awful, although I don't know if that's even the right word. It's awful no matter what. But they're both very young. One of them is only 20 years old. I think it just recently joined the 24, just recently joined the National Guard. The other one's just slightly older than that. So it's just awful. And so the reason I mention this, or I talk about this today, is to make sure that if we move forward in a positive manner from something as horrific as this, and if we have conversations about the Afghan national who's in this country that shouldn't be here, that targeted and then attacked military men and women in our country, I think the best possible thing we can do is to inform the politicians to leave the servicemen and women out of politics. Do not defund the police topics and try to vilify police in this city, in this country. Do not do this with the military. The seditious six, the people who went out there and said that Trump may give you an illegal order and you better, not listen to it if you're part of the military, even though there were no orders that any of those members of our political system could mention or say or point to that they thought were actually illegal and terrible. But they were still fear-mongering on the idea that the military might hurt you or the military might be told to hurt you by the evil person that is Trump. And so you need to be aware of that, and they need to be aware of that. Obviously, that sort of rhetoric can advance itself to the point where we see something as horrible as we did on Wednesday. I don't often blame rhetoric for the actions of people. People are deranged, horrible, evil when they make decisions like this. There are very small amount of people in our society who truly seem to be the worst of us, and people who do this are them. And so I don't necessarily think that rhetoric alone is what causes someone to act. But I do think that leaving servicemen and women out is utterly appropriate in the world of politics, because these are people we should have reverence for and respect for and care about, and not want to thrust into the middle of these discussions. So to open the show today, just because it's been on my mind all weekend, I've been thinking about it since it happened on Wednesday. I thought about it several times yesterday as I got to spend Thanksgiving with people I care about, and these two individuals did not. And it's truly horrible. But all right, we're going to take a break. We're going to talk about fun stuff. I promise. It's a Friday show. It's a Black Friday show. I love being on this station with the team that Tony has here in the morning. So we'll definitely have more fun. But I just couldn't help but open the show talking about this because of how horrible that story is, and how important it is to realize that every single person in our military signs up for the capability of giving their life for us every single day, and that is something that is truly remarkable, truly special, and so few of us do. I think it's like 5% of our country that has or is in the military. Veterans or current military members, only a handful of people. So again, to say thanks and to praise them seems utterly important. All right, we'll take a break. A lot coming up. This is Craig Collins filling in. Tony Katz in the Morning News, 93 WIBC.
This is Gary Dick, Hobart's mayor, on Amazon at 6:32. Join the Indiana Lawyer December 9th for the inaugural Indiana Lawyer Power Breakfast. RSVP at ibj.com/events.
Are you tired of HVAC and plumbing companies with confusing offers? Masters Heating and Cooling keeps it simple. Right now, you can get a full second opinion from one of their master comfort advisors completely free, so you can make your next HVAC decision with confidence and peace of mind. Get a free HVAC second opinion from Masters Heating and Cooling. You can also get an early bird fall tune-up for only $69. Need a new hot water heater? How about $200 off water heater installation, or $500 off tankless water heaters? Masters Heating and Cooling. Those are the ones to call for your HVAC needs or those plumbing needs. 0% financing for up to 60 months with qualified system purchase. Call Masters today. 317-207-9983. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-207-9983. Masters Heating and Cooling. 207-9983 or online at mastersindy.com. That's mastersindy.com.
Strike gold with the best ticket deals of the season. Get Pacers tickets starting at $5.
Jackson attacking in on the left side with a left-hand scoop, and he's on the line with a chance for a three-point play.
Gold Friday presented by KeyBank is your chance to get tickets to some of the biggest Pacer games starting at just $5.
Naismith buries a three right in front of the Milwaukee bench.
These deals won't last long. Head to Pacers.com/Gold Friday. That's Pacers.com/Gold Friday to get yours.
Tune in to the Absolute Retirement Planning Show.
When retirement comes about, we're now relying on what we have saved to meet those needs.
Sundays at 9 a.m. right here on 93 WIBC.
Matt Bear, how do our roads look?
Not bad, Craig. We do have a crash in a construction zone. We hate that. It's northbound 65 on the south side before Raymond, and right now the right lane is blocked with little to no delay. Not a lot of people out here at the moment, but please be careful. Roads are cold. You might have some slick spots out there. Traffic sponsored by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage is a whole department inside your Macy's store where you can find so many holiday essentials, all for under $25. Don't wait. Find a location at Macy'sBackstage.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. Sunny, a high of 34 today. Snow is likely for the rest of the weekend. High of 36 on Saturday and snow and 33 on Sunday. Right now in downtown Indianapolis, it is 22 degrees. That temperature is brought to you by the American Standard Weather Center of 93 WIBC.
Attention Indiana homeowners. Are you dealing with a wet and moldy crawl space? Hi, I'm Adam Swain with Swain Co. Crawl Space and Basement Repair, your real, local, Indiana family-owned experts dedicated to fixing your crawl space right the first time. And with our new no interest, no payment financing, you can get the repairs you need without breaking the bank. Don't let crawl space water problems dampen your spirits. Call Swain Co., Indy's most trusted waterproofing experts at 317-407-1868 or swaincollc.com.
JMV here. This holiday season, make your home magical with Sundown Gardens and Miss M's Home and Garden. Sparkling Christmas trees, glowing holiday decorations, show-stopping fresh greenery, and trees for inside and out. Sundown and Miss M's has everything you need to turn your home into a winter wonderland. Visit them for wonderful Christmas gifts, delectable chocolates, live trees, wreaths, and more. Come in and get inspired and let the holiday spirit ring. Sundown Gardens, 186th and Spring Mill in Westfield. Miss M's on State Road 135 in Bargersville.
This year, make Christmas cash with Farnsworth Metal Recycling. Ray's Demolition and Farnsworth Metal Recycling, family-owned in Indy for 3 generations, are names you know and trust. Bring in your scrap aluminum, steel, copper, or brass and turn it into holiday spending money. Whether you're decking the halls, buying gifts, or just want a little extra jingle in your pocket, cash is king at Farnsworth.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling, a familiar face in Indy.
He's Donald Trump's #1 enemy in Congress, Chicago politician Dick Durbin. Now, Durbin has a new scheme. He's doing the dirty work to benefit corporate megastores. Durbin's bill could cut corners on your credit card security, putting your personal data at risk. Big chain retailers and warehouse stores want to inflate their profits, and liberal Dick Durbin would help them do it. Tell senators, say no to the megastores and Dick Durbin. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Shop Jewelry Television's Black Friday event and get 20% off your purchase of $99 or more. That's huge. And because JTV has gifts for men and women, like designer fragrances, handbags, sunglasses, and of course, amazing deals on gorgeous jewelry in thousands of styles, you can knock out your list just like that. Boom! Don't miss your chance to get 20% off your purchase of $99 or more during JTV's Black Friday event.
The Indianapolis Public Library. More than just books. Visit your local branch today.
This hour powered by Pierce Jewelers, Carmel's full-service jewelry store.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Yeah! Tony Katz, the morning news. 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins filling in. You got Matt and Carl hanging out as they do every morning on this show. It's Hairband Friday, which is a whole bunch of fun. I do enjoy that a bit. It's going to be cold for the next few days in Indianapolis. It may snow, very likely to snow over the weekend. Would you like some good news in the world of snow and cold?
Absolutely.
Anybody?
Yes.
Okay, absolutely. The good news is that when you shiver, you burn body fat, according to science. They put this story out there recently. If you're outside, if it's freezing, if you've forgotten things that you're supposed to be wearing, the good news is you might look nice and thin come summertime if you're freezing all the time, as long as hopefully you don't have, something horrible and appendages haven't fallen off. It might be great for you at some point later on. Does that give you any solace? Make it any better?
Well, frostbite is a good way to lose limbs, and that'll definitely cut back on the body fat. I had frostbite last year on my fingers because...
You had it?
Yeah. We had a February last year that was so cold and was so Arctic here. It was just awful, and the wind was blowing, and I have these fingerless gloves because I'm not the brightest person in the world, and I, put them on my hands, and all I did was, walk into the gym. And in that short time, I got frostbite on my fingers. And, they were, painful. And it lasts for, a week and a half. That's the crazy thing. It's serious stuff. I mean, frostbite, you can lose limbs.
Right.
There are documented
fully
cases.
Your frostbite is fully recovered.
My hands look great, Craig. They look fantastic.
At least you didn't lose any other appendage to frostbite.
That's true. That's horrible. Thank you there,
Thank
Carl.
you,
That'd be a
Carl.
horrible thing.
We don't want that.
It's funny. You mentioned the fingerless gloves. I don't understand those. Those seem to be the exact opposite of what gloves were made for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why do that? I know you want to use your phone and stuff, but the reality is that I would rather just not have a glove on at all than something that's not protecting part of my hand.
No, I want to look cool. That's my first concern, as opposed to something that's actually practical.
Sure.
I had them out for the first cold day of the year here in Indianapolis, and I lost one of them, and I went to complain to the woman at the gym, and I said, I can't find my glove. And they're really easy to spot because they don't have fingers on them. And she's like, why would you buy gloves that don't have fingers? I kid you not. Yeah, she said the exact same thing. And I was like, maybe this is a good thing. Now I can buy real gloves. She's like, there you go.
Hey, Craig.
Wait, what were you going to say, Carl?
Yeah, you missed out on Wednesday. Matt is going to do a polar plunge in his apartment.
Oh,
so talking about cold and losing weight.
Nice. I've done the polar plunge. I've done it several times.
That's right. You did this and you were helping somebody out, weren't you?
Yeah, there's a guy in the military in Illinois who does it every year on the every month on the 22nd to raise awareness about veteran suicide. So it's a really good cause. Very cold experience. Have you done it before?
No. I mean, I was looking at it more like a Black Friday sale that I could get a big tub and fill it with ice and do one of those massage baths. I ran into some problems, though, because I live on the 4th floor of my apartment building. And, the whole getting evicted before the Amazon box even hits the door kind of thing.
That's never good.
I didn't want to get into. But you did this. You actually got into a river, like an icy river? Or
I've got an icy river. I have a plunge tub thing that you're talking about. I have an inflatable one that I can set up in my yard if I want to do it not in the river. But it's something. And you put ice in there and you jump in and you stay in for 5 or 10 minutes and it's awful. I think they tell you that after a couple minutes, it doesn't matter anymore. You're not doing it your body any more good. I think it's 3 or 4 minutes or something. The rest of the time is just you trying to be, a bleep about it, trying to show that you're awesome. That's all it is. I encourage you to do it and to try it, man. Although I've never done it not for a cause. I've never done it just for my own health, and I don't think I will. If it's just my health that they're telling me to do it for, I'll pass. I'll let myself not be healthy.
I'm thinking about you're getting out of the ice water. Okay, this could be for anybody, and emergency personnel or whoever. But the movie Sully. When everybody was coming off that wing of the plane, how cold it had to have been in that icy water and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it just looked brutal. And I'm like, how did they survive without getting hypothermia or some sort of lifetime sickness? I mean, how do you stay in an ice bath for 5 or 10 minutes, come out of that, and still be okay? It's
honestly, that's what makes Rose such a terrible person in the Titanic, that she just left Jack in that water that entire time. That is horrible. Terrible way to die. All right.
And the best part about that movie is at the end when they're like, she lived this full life. She got her pilot's license and 1,000.
Thanks for her. That's not the. You know what the best part of that movie is, by the way. You know what it is. It's not
boobs.
that part.
Hey now.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, the best part of that movie is that it's PG-13, which means as a 13-year-old kid, you can go to that. And then you see that part as a young man, and you're like, my life has changed. You leave Titanic a different man. Then you go in. You go in a child.
Did you go with your mom?
I did not go with my mom. No.
Okay, that would have been embarrassing.
No, it would have been terrible, man. No, actually, I remember the first time I saw Titanic. This is such a weird pivot. This is such a strange. But I recall it. My buddy in 6th grade or something had gotten the tape. He was like, "Dude, we got Titanic." I was like, I don't know why this is special. he's like, you got to watch it, man. And we get to the middle of Titanic, and I'm like, now my life is different. Like I said, I'm
Did
like,
he pause?
Oh, yeah, of course we paused, Carl. Of course we did.
When I was 14 and somebody came over and said they have a tape, it was usually about 8 hours long, and they shut down the neighborhood.
What a fun morning
Yeah,
we're
this
having.
is great,
We
yeah.
probably have to do traffic and stuff. We probably have to get other things going. But we're going to have a lot of fun today. Are you guys Black Friday shopping?
I was going to get that tub.
Okay, good. Good luck to you, man.
Do it anymore. Not getting the tub of ice anymore.
Matt's got traffic for you, and he might be buying a tub during this.
Right. Looking at the south side crash, northbound 65 before Raymond. The right lane is blocked. A little bit of a slowdown. No delay here at the moment. And then inbound 69 looking pretty good if you're coming down from Fishers, wherever you might be going to do your Black Friday shopping. Traffic sponsored by Sullivan Hardware and Garden. Shopping online might be easy, but it doesn't feel like Christmas. So trade your scrolling for strolling at Sullivan Hardware and Garden at Allisonville. Home and Garden by Sullivan. Soak in the season among holiday decor, gifts, live trees, and more at Sullivan's, where Christmas comes to life. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Strike gold with the best ticket deals of the season. Get Pacers tickets starting at $5.
Jackson attacking in on the left side with a left-hand scoop, and he's on the line with a chance for a three-point play.
Gold Friday presented by KeyBank is your chance to get tickets to some of the biggest Pacer games starting at just $5.
Neesmith buries a three right in front of the Milwaukee bench.
These deals won't last long. Head to Pacers.com/Gold Friday. That's Pacers.com/Gold Friday to get yours.
Truck drivers, wherever you want to take your driving career in 2026, Schneider has an opportunity for you. Our huge selection of driving jobs means you can get the home time that suits your schedule. Choose from daily, weekly, monthly, or sometime in between. Plus, Schneider drivers can choose from dedicated, intermodal, dry van, and tanker options. Don't wait to upgrade your career before the new year. Search jobs and apply now at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
Picture this, you're on a date, and then bad breath happens. Confidence gone. Here's the truth. Most gums and mints are just bad breath Band-Aids, but not Zellman's Minty Mouth. The functional breath freshener you swallow. Tiny dual-action capsules with mint on the outside, parsley seed oil inside, clinically tested to fight the toughest offenders, even garlic and onions. It's only available online. Go to Zellmans.com, Zelmins, Zellmans.com, code FRESH for 15% off.
Potential cannot be measured, and it can't be taken away from you either. You never know how strong you are, how capable, and how amazing you really are until you face a challenge. Our Franciscan Health orthopedic teams guide the steps you take to overcome life's hurdles. Be ready for the high fives, the constant encouragement and care plans designed for only you that help you realize your extraordinary potential. Learn more at franciscanhealth.org/orthocare.
Get great deals this weekend at the Central Indiana Gun and Knife Show this Saturday and Sunday at Stout Field in Indianapolis. The best dealers in the region will be at the Central Indiana Gun and Knife Show. Admission is just $6 for adults, and kids 12 and under get in free. Attendees must be 18 or accompanied by an adult. Buy, sell, trade. This Saturday 9 to 5 and Sunday 9 to 3. Get directions and see upcoming events and more at CentralIndianaGunShows.com. That's CentralIndianaGunShows.com.
911, what's your emergency?
In an emergency, voice is best. But what if you can't call?
Escalated domestic disturbance reported east of downtown. Be advised, alert was received by a 911 emergency text. Caller is hiding in a closet and can't use her voice.
When the situation is too dangerous to make a call, text to 911 Capability Now helps Hoosiers. But in most emergencies, voice is still best.
I slid off the road and the airbag went off. The snow's getting heavier. Please hurry.
In the last 5 years, Hoosiers have used text capability in over 1 million 911 sessions. It's of great help to the deaf and speech impaired and to those in select dangerous situations. Thanks to the statewide 911 board, Indiana leads the nation with all 92 counties having in- and outbound text capability. For more, visit in911.net.
It's good to hear your voice. Help is on the way.
911. Before you text, voice is best.
Shopping online might be easy, but it doesn't feel like Christmas. Trade your scrolling for strolling. Bring your family and make it part of your tradition. Sullivan's, where Christmas comes to life.
See the diamonds at Pierce Jewelers. Diamond earrings, diamond pendants, diamond rings, and diamond bracelets. They shop the world to bring you the best. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What President Trump had to say on Thanksgiving. Radar clear. It's 23 degrees with a significant wind chill, making it feel like it's 11 degrees across the capital city. Meanwhile, a winter storm watch in effect. More on that in a moment. Your high today, 32. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:30.
Sarah Beckstrom of West Virginia, one of the guardsmen that we're talking about, highly respected, young, started service in June of 2023. She's just passed away.
President Trump sharing a call with troops from Mar-a-Lago and West Palm Beach. Before delivering his remarks, he announced the death of one of the troops who was shot in Washington, D.C. on Wednesday.
The other young man is fighting for his life. He's in very bad shape. He's fighting for his life, and hopefully we'll get better news with respect to him.
And the man who police say shot and killed this woman is reported to have connections to the CIA. Attorney General Pam Bondi says that they will seek the federal death penalty. President Trump says the U.S. could very soon take action against Venezuelan drug traffickers on the land, expanding operations that so far have focused along the Caribbean Sea. If you're headed north of Indianapolis this weekend, you could drive right into several inches of snow as you get closer to the big city.
There's actually a winter storm watch for far northwestern Indiana as you get towards the Chicagoland area, Lake County, places like that for the pending upcoming threat of accumulating snow Saturday night.
Forecaster Alex McGinnis at the National Weather Service Indianapolis says we could get up to 3 to 4 inches of snow across Indy starting Saturday morning. And tech just isn't about a gift idea. It's also changing the way many of us shop.
Bring on the turkey leftovers and the shopping deals. It's Black Friday. And this year, we're not just scooping up tech deals. We're using it to suggest what to put under the tree. Trey Bodge is a smart shopping expert at TrueTrey.com and says artificial intelligence is playing a larger role in our holiday buying.
There's a holiday shopping report that found that the number of consumers who plan to use AI tools is going to increase 70% from last year. So we're talking about very large adoption.
The National Retail Federation predicts a record 186 million people will shop during the 5-day stretch between Thanksgiving and Cyber Monday. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
And I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic, weather, and sports together in 3 minutes on a Friday morning. It's 6:32.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Gary Dick. Less than 24 hours after Amazon Web Services announced plans to invest $15 billion to build data center campuses in Northwest Indiana, Hobart has confirmed that it is one of the sites for the investment. Mayor Josh Huddleston tells Inside Indiana Business the project will position the city as a regional leader in digital infrastructure.
We're very, industry heavy with steel and manufacturing. This adds another component to us. It diversifies our tax base, puts us in a position to have those next level jobs. The things that data centers and Amazon specifically going into communities and going into the school districts and training their next workforce and creating that next career path for some individuals was a huge, huge win for us.
Along I-69 in Fort Wayne, the framework for the city's newest sports and entertainment venue is rising and on schedule to open next spring. The 8,400-seat soccer stadium will be the Fort Wayne Football Club's home, and the money behind the project, Ruoff CEO Mark Music, says it will be more than a sports venue.
It's probably slightly oversized for what our day one needs look like for soccer, but what happens very quickly when you begin to look at something like this is that we're not getting into the soccer business. We're getting into the sports and entertainment business.
From the state's #1 source for Indiana business news, you're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Today, you either innovate or evaporate. We are accelerating the pursuit of progress, from the foods we eat to the heights we soar, because this is Indiana, the innovation capital of the world. We rally visionaries across industries, investing connections as much as capital, and fuel our founders from dorm room to boardroom. Fuel your innovation with Elevate Ventures. Visit elevateventures.com.
Central Indiana is on the move, and the next big conversation is happening in Indianapolis. Join business and community leaders at Innovate Central Indiana, a powerful morning of ideas, innovation, and insight. Join us at the Westin in downtown Indy, December 11th. All part of our Innovate Indiana series presented by Indiana University and Old National Bank. RSVP now at ibj.com/innovate. Audio Chuck LLC is facing a lawsuit from the creators of the Anatomy of Murder podcast, who accused the Indianapolis-based media company of shorting them millions of dollars in advertising revenue and failing to do enough to promote the show. Anatomy of Murder, which launched in 2020, is one of 20 podcasts in the company's network. The company's original and best-known podcast is Crime Junkie, which Audio Chuck founder Ashley Flowers launched in 2017. This is Gary Dick for 93 WIBC.
All right, check it out, the south side. Crash clear. Northbound 65 between South Keystone Avenue and Raymond Street. The crash is gone in that construction zone. A construction zone that will add a lane to I-65. All that should be done at the end of next year. Westbound 70 looking good from the east side. 465 to the north split, no problems. Traffic sponsored by Sullivan Hardware and Garden. Shopping online might be easy, but it doesn't feel like Christmas. So trade your scrolling for strolling at Sullivan Hardware and Garden in Allisonville. Home and Garden by Sullivan. Soak in the season among holiday decor, gifts, live trees, and more. Sullivan's, where Christmas comes to life. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. Sunny, a high of 34 for today. Snow likely the rest of the weekend. 36 is the high for Saturday. 33 the high for Sunday. My mother has texted me already. Huge fan of the Matt and Craig excellent podcast, by the way. My mother told me it's really, really cold in South Bend, too. So we got an update from South Bend that it's freezing there as well as in Indy. 22 right now in downtown Indianapolis. That temperature brought to you by the American Standard Heating and Cooling Weather Center of 93 WIBC with sports. Ryan Hedrick.
Fred, good morning. IU's football team, you probably already know this, but they have a lot of weapons all over the field, especially at quarterback, where Fernando Mendoza controls under center, and Purdue linebacker Manny Powell says they're going to have their hands full tonight as the second-ranked Hoosiers meet Purdue in the Old Oaken Bucket game.
We got to be disciplined in our drops and getting after them. We got to make sure we're blitzing fast, and we just know we got to come with grit and have a chip on our shoulder to get after them, get them uncomfortable.
So tonight is the 127th meeting between the teams, the 100th Old Oaken Bucket matchup. They first played this game in 1891. The Bucket rivalry started in 1925. Kickoff at 7:30 in West Lafayette. Indianapolis Colts quarterback Daniel Jones is banged up. He has a fibula injury as the Colts fight for a playoff spot. They take on the Houston Texans Sunday, and the Indiana Pacers are back at home tonight against the Washington Wizards in NBA Cup action. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
Tony Katz, the Morning News, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins, filling in. Thrilled to be with you. A bunch of stuff out there to talk about. President Trump has ordered the review of green card holders from 19 different countries. He said we need to make sure that if there's any information that indicates to us that people are like the individual who drove across the country and then shot 2 National Guardsmen because they're a piece of crap, if anyone else is like them who's currently here, we should let them know that they need to leave. We should kick them out of our country, remove their green card, et cetera, et cetera. I think this is a good thing. I know people immediately start to yell and scream it's racist or some other thing that makes it terrible and horrible. But the truth is, saying that you're going to review green card holders is very different than saying you're just kicking everyone out of the country. Why are we afraid of review as part of that? Like, why does the left or mainstream media need to attack the idea that we want to be safer by gaining more information if we don't have it? I don't understand that. And actually, it's also interesting. Trump yesterday, while announcing that one of the 2 National Guardman had passed away, had blamed the Biden administration because a whole lot of Afghan refugees came into our country without any vetting process whatsoever. And even though mainstream media told us that's not true, how dare you, that is actually what happened. So President Trump was talking about this yesterday, and someone asked him a question. They said, why do you blame the Biden administration? And he answered like Trump is one to answer certain questions, or like some of us might have answered that question. Are you a stupid person? Is one of those sentences. Here, I'll play that audio.
Why do you blame the Biden administration?
Because they let him in. Are you stupid? Are you a stupid person? Because they came on a plane along with thousands of other people that shouldn't be here, and you're just asking questions because you're a stupid person. And there's a law passed that it's almost...
Here's the thing. Here's why I find this so funny, and I love this so much. Trump is sitting there giving horrible update on a story and then talking about a solution to it, and people immediately retreat into a corner of how is Trump being bad right now? How is he being a racist? How is he being a whateverist? How is he doing something that we can describe on a very macro level as bad? When the reality is it would be much better to vet people more in light of the horrible thing that happened in D.C. I want to play a little more.
Impossible not to get them out. You can't get them out once they come in. And they came in, and they were unvetted, they were unchecked. There were many of them. And they came in on big planes, and it was disgraceful. And if you look, you'll see there was a law passed. It makes it almost impossible not to let them in, not to certify them, so to speak, once they come in. And they came in, and they shouldn't have come in. And frankly, the whole thing was a mess. The whole
thing was a mess. He's right about that. The entire exit from Afghanistan was a mess, and it's still reaping negative, impact on our society even now. All right, I want to pivot for just a second to something else. I don't know why I found this funny. This is definitely dark humor, if ever there was some, in light of some of the other things we talk about in society. But someone did a supercut of the way we talked about Thanksgiving in 2020 during the height of COVID. And mainstream media, what they were telling you to do. Thank God we are so far removed from that this is not something people are still telling you need to do. But we also know that none of this was helpful or worked at all. So I'll just play a little bit of audio of what they were telling you to do if you were going to have Thanksgiving with your family just a few years ago, because it's truly ridiculous to listen to it now. It was ridiculous to listen to it then. But in light of everything else, it's even more insane today. Here we go.
This Thanksgiving is going to suck a bit.
This is not some existential reality. Cancel your plans if you absolutely do not need to travel somewhere.
Travel by car if you must travel.
I don't like it to be any number. I like it to be keep it to your immediate household. Eat all of the mashed potatoes by yourself. That's what I'm going to do.
Limit the number of people, do it outside, and wear your mask.
If you go over to a friend's house, mask up the whole time you're not eating or drinking.
If you're a college student, shelter in place for at least 7 days once you arrive.
Okay, that was my favorite one, is that if you're a college student or really just anybody traveling to see family, you should shelter in place for 7 days by yourself before you interact with the rest of the people you know and love. So you're going to have to get there quite a bit earlier than Thanksgiving back in 2020 and then stay yourself alone in a room. Or eat all your mashed potatoes alone. That one, for some reason, I like too. But how ridiculous. Just a few years ago that was the rhetoric in mainstream media, and we've learned none of it helped. All of it was terrible advice, and they've never really apologized for any of that. All right, quick break, a lot more. Craig Collins filling in. Tony Katz, The Morning News, 93 WIBC.
No, he's dead. 93 WIBC.
A man wanted for several violent crimes is shot dead.
What happens next?
Gas prices now at their lowest level going into the holiday since 2020.
Happens here.
Crowds of people protesting a federal raid.
Stay in the know.
Clashed with ICE agents last night. Protesters were sprayed with chemical irritants.
While you're on the go.
Blizzard warning right now for Thanksgiving.
On air, online, and on Alexa.
You let him try violin because you love him. And if you love him that much, love him enough to make sure he's buckled up and in the back seat. Find out more at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
We know that around the holidays, things don't always go as planned. That's why Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles. So make memories this season in a Hubler quality pre-owned vehicle. Over 2,000 to choose from. and buy with zero down. Yes, zero down delivers. Every Hubler Q certified vehicle is covered by a 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. It includes a 128-point vehicle inspection, plus a free Carfax history report. Plus, we'll pay top dollar for your trade. Bring Hubler your old car for an immediate appraisal. No matter where your plans take you, spread cheer all season long, knowing Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles. Happy holidays, Indiana. Visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 convenient locations. Select models, approved credit. Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
Matt Bear, how do our roads look?
Craig, we have a crash now coming in from Hamilton County. It's inbound 69 shy of State Road 37. Left lane is blocked. No delay at the moment. South side crash clear. Northbound 65 between Keystone and Raymond. That's still a construction zone, so watch yourself a little bit. Westbound 70 looking fantastic going out to the airport this morning from the downtown hotels. About a 9-minute trip from Meridian out to the airport collector with Ronald Reagan Parkway and Ameriplex. Traffic sponsored by Sullivan Hardware and Garden. Shopping online might be easy, but it doesn't feel like Christmas, so trade your scrolling for strolling at Sullivan Hardware and Garden in Allisonville. Home and Garden by Sullivan. Soak in the season among holiday decor, gifts, live trees, and more at Sullivan's, where Christmas comes to life. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. Sunny, a high of 34 for today. Snow likely the rest of the weekend. High of 36 tomorrow. High of 33 on Sunday. Right now in downtown Indianapolis, it is 22 degrees. And that temperature is brought to you by the American Standard Heating Weather Center of 93 WIBC.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220. That's Tony Katz to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
If you or someone you know needs help putting food on the table, that help is closer than you think. WIBC cares. We've partnered with local food banks and organizations to provide resources for those who need them. Just go to WIBC.com and look for the banner that says Find Free Food Near You. You'll find a link to Community Compass, an up-to-date interactive map that shows locations, days, and times for you to collect food at no cost, as well as other resources to help you through this challenging time. Find community help now at WIBC.com.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
WIBC cares, and if you or someone you care about needs food assistance, we have resources for you, including food distribution locations with an interactive map. Also, learn how you can make a difference for friends and neighbors in need, all at WIBC.com.
Tony Katz, the morning news, 93 WIBC. This is Craig Collins filling in. Matt and Carl hanging out as they do every single morning on this show. I asked this earlier. I am curious if anybody's doing any sort of holiday shopping during the show, or if anybody out there that's listening is doing holiday shopping. I wonder what items people are targeting. Here's what I was thinking about buying. I don't think we're actually going to buy one. I haven't found one that I thought was a good combination of cheap enough and worth it. But we have no microwave in my house. My wife doesn't believe in them. She thinks they're bad. So we cook everything in the oven. We used to have an air fryer, but then it broke. And so I was talking to the missus if we were going to splurge on something and it was, you know, uniquely inexpensive because of Black Friday, We should get a new replacement air fryer. But I'd like to tell you the argument that the missus and I are having, and I'd like you guys to weigh in on who's right and who's wrong about this.
Please.
Do you mind doing? Okay, great. So here's my argument. If we get an air fryer, I have one rule that my wife hates. I want it to be able to fit an entire pizza. Like, that's my desire, because I'd like to air fry a pizza. I've air fried slices before. I've never done the full thing. There's some on Amazon that say that they're actually pizza ovens plus air fryers together. They're, of course, more expensive than just a little tiny air fryer. We're just two people. We don't need it. But I told her I'd rather have no air fryer than one that cannot fit an entire pizza, and she thinks I'm a moron.
So let me get this straight. You're trying to deep fry a pizza.
Wait, no, it's air fry.
Air fry.
It's not deep fry.
Okay,
yeah,
see,
it's supposed to be healthier, Matt. Don't call it deep fry.
I'm just thinking, you get the grease all hot and it's like bubbling out of the
there's
thing.
No grease.
You burn yourself 7 or 8 times, and then you drop the pizza on it. It goes.
No, there's no grease in this situation.
My apartment would go up like a tinderbox, baby. That's all I know.
I'm sure it would. But
more
who's
Matt.
right? By the way, like the price difference for an air fryer that doesn't fit. Thank you. An air fryer that doesn't fit a pizza and one that does is like $50. Like if it's $50 more, it can fit a whole pizza.
That's easy, man. Yeah, you get the good one. You get the good one and make your dreams come true. And when that first pizza comes out of that air fryer, your wife is going to be like, I married correctly. That's what's going to happen here. I married right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And thank you. The other reason we're talking about this is because a family member of mine gave us some money on Amazon that we didn't expect. And so like now it's there. And part of me is like, well, if I was ever going to get it, and we don't have a microwave, as I said a second ago, which is uniquely hard. And I've been living with that for years, guys. My entire life is microwave free.
Here's the thing about microwave is you're talking about something that's actually healthy versus something that, produces radioactive energy inside your household, and
you sound like my wife.
Yeah, well, you married well. I guess.
Thank you, sir.
I guess when I have a microwave at home, but it's just like this really lunky piece of, I don't even know why I have one. And it just seems like there are so many better options like the air fryer that can get you more and better tasting stuff.
You
be a lot
have an air
healthier.
fryer?
Yeah, no, I was going to deep fry a turkey for Thanksgiving, but then I got onto the cold bath, the container I was going to buy, and then I didn't do that. So, it was a bad chain reaction. It was awful. Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I'll talk about one other thing. I was contemplating not talking about this because I feel like this is going to be a woe is me segment, and I promise I'm not asking for anybody's sympathy. My wife and I decided not to go anywhere for Thanksgiving this year. It was a very last-minute decision. We had plans. Family had invited us places, and we were thinking about doing it. My wife is from Mexico, though, so she does not care about Thanksgiving. We had just recently moved kind of far away from people, and so we were talking about it on Wednesday night, and I was like, you know what? Let's just do nothing. And yesterday, we did nothing. We went to a restaurant that was open in our area to have a version of Thanksgiving dinner. Like, I had some turkey, I had some things, but I could have even skipped that. By the time we went, I was like, I don't know. And so I'm not trying to bah humbug the holiday. I know it's great. I know everybody loves it, and I know it's important. But just like one time in a lifetime, if you do a you-only Thanksgiving, it's not so bad. Me and the missus by ourselves spending the holiday was actually kind of nice. And there was an amount of time where we went to Chinatown in my city, and that was buzzing, man. People were out. They were doing all kinds of stuff because they also did not care. And so there was something uniquely interesting about that, too.
I think that sounds like an incredible Thanksgiving myself.
It really
just depends that you're with the one you love, and the one you love the most, you're spending the day, you're getting out, you're doing things, but at the same time, man, that's a good mental health day. Especially with the holidays, the real holiday, the really stressful stuff coming up.
No, and I care about my loved ones, and I wouldn't want to do this every Thanksgiving. That'd be awful. Like, to never see people again would be probably not a good decision. But the funny thing was, like, we didn't have the stress of the travel. I was reading all the stuff about the travel and everybody that was dealing with that, and we skipped all of it for our first year being somewhere much further away from family than we've been in the past. And so, I don't know, man. There was something about it that I'm sure my family wouldn't want to hear me say this because I'm supposed to go next year, and I probably will go next year to be with them, but there was something great about
Why won't they come and visit you? I mean, you have the nicer weather, right?
That's true. Well, my mother did text saying that maybe Thanksgiving, my wife would go insane if Thanksgiving happened here. I just want to say that out loud. If we had Thanksgiving here, she would go nuts because already she's an amazing cook and she doesn't really value the holiday, but like cooking that much for that many people, Yeah, I don't know.
She's like, why am I
maybe we
doing
will.
this? She's like, I don't even celebrate this holiday, and I'm making a feast for all of you.
Yeah,
You should be cooking.
probably. Yeah, I don't know, but she'd do it. So I said something to her, and I'm sure she would. But yeah, that would be interesting. And I'm no help at all, Carl. That's the other big problem with coming here with me. I would do nothing to help at all. Although maybe I would.
The one plate rule, the Craig Collins one plate rule, won't work for Thanksgiving.
No, I know. Yes. Anyone that doesn't know what that is, it's a one item rule for what you cook something in and what you eat it off of. You need to cook it and then eat it off the same thing. So pizza tray for both cooking and eating. All right, Matt, you got some weather and you got some traffic for us?
Crash southbound 69 before 37 left lane block. Traffic sponsored by Sullivan Hardware and Garden. Shopping online might be easy, but it doesn't feel like Christmas. So trade your scrolling for strolling at Sullivan Hardware and Garden at Allisonville Home and Garden by Sullivan. Soak in the season among holiday decor, gifts, live trees, and more. Sullivan's where Christmas comes to life. Matt Barrett, WIBC Traffic.
Don Fisher for QC Kinetics. I was struggling with chronic knee pain and wasn't encouraged with the options of risky surgery and pain pills. QC Kinetics offered the best option for me, cutting-edge regenerative medicine. Their non-invasive treatments stimulated my body's own biologics so I could be pain-free and get back to doing what I love, playing golf. QC Kinetics has a fantastic success rate, and it's clear to see why so many Hoosiers are happy to tell their story of how they reclaim their lives with the QC Kinetics approach. Ready to live your life pain-free? Go to qckinetics.com/Indianapolis or call 317-559-PAIN and get a no-obligation consultation. QC Kinetics uses the latest technologies, whether it's stem cell, PRP, plasma, or a number of other advanced therapies. Call QC Kinetics. It'll be the best call you will make. Get back in the game, whatever that is for you. Call 317-559-PAIN.
What if you could have reliable and intelligent Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most. That finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. And that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family is banking on bandwidth. All your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger. But your Wi-Fi? It would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity. Imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply.
Hi, it's Denny Smith, and when temps are dropping, it means your water heaters, softeners, and even those old pipes are under stress. Fall's the time when rain hits, the ground shifts, and tree roots start tearing into those old clay or PVC lines. LD Smith Plumbing can handle it all. Water heaters, softeners, leaks, even gas line inspections before you fire up that furnace or fireplace. And don't forget those hoses, hose bibs, and crawl space vents before the freeze hits. Call my friends at LD Smith Plumbing, the local pros I trust, or just head to ldsmithplumbing.com today.
Strike gold with the best ticket deals of the season. Get Pacers tickets starting at $5.
Jackson attacking in on the left side with a left-hand scoop, and he's on the line with a chance for a three-point play.
Gold Friday presented by KeyBank is your chance to get tickets to some of the biggest Pacer games starting at just $5.
Naismith buries a three right in front of the Milwaukee bench.
These deals won't last long. Head to Pacers.com/Gold Friday. That's Pacers.com/Gold Friday to get yours.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. You'll find exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 50% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. They are asking for prayers. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. The family of Andrew Wolf, National Guard member, President Trump says is in bad shape, fighting for his life after the other Guard member shot along with Wolf in an ambush while they were on patrol in Washington, D.C. Wednesday. Sarah Beckstrom died.
She's no longer with us. She's looking down at us right now.
Beckstrom and Wolf were part of a West Virginia Guard deployment supporting a D.C. crime crackdown. Republican Governor Patrick Morrisey calls them heroes, telling Fox,
"We're not going to back down where the evildoers try to perpetrate terrible acts upon brave citizens, people that are serving our country."
The death of Beckstrom means the suspect, 29-year-old Ramanullah Lakanwal, will likely face upgraded charges to include murder in the first degree.
Fox's Madeline Rivera also reports that Lakanwal had helped the U.S. during the Afghanistan war and then came here after the American withdrawal.
He was granted asylum just this past April. He had worked with the CIA in Kandahar, Afghanistan, as part of an elite Afghan counterterrorism force called Zero Units. He would have been vetted for that role. The New York Times reports a childhood friend of Lakanwal said Mr. Lakanwal had suffered from mental health issues.
In a Truth Social post, President Trump wrote he'll permanently halt all migration from third world countries and terminate all illegal emissions under the Biden administration. The number of deaths keeps growing. In Hong Kong's fire disaster, now at least 128. Dozens of other people still unaccounted for in charred wreckage of Wednesday's inferno engulfing 7 high-rise apartment buildings.
The fire was believed to have started in bamboo scaffolding and construction netting. 3 construction firm staff have been arrested. A police spokesman says they suspect gross negligence.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. The day after Thanksgiving feasting comes Black Friday shopping.
I really have the rule that I never shop for myself when I'm shopping for others.
She's in Chicago as the holiday season begins. The National Retail Federation estimates we'll spend $1 trillion for the first time, November, December. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A winter storm, it's on its way. A winter storm watch is in effect right now through Sunday. Radar clear on Monument Circle, but it's bitterly cold, 23 degrees with the wind chill. We're going up to 32 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:02.
Yeah, we're going to have a moderate to potentially significant winter storm be tracking across the plains, coming in the Midwest here early on the weekend. We're expecting for central Indiana to have accumulating snow entering the western counties around dawn Saturday.
Alex McGinnis at the National Weather Service, Indianapolis.
After Saturday night, we're going to have the system's going to pull its cold front through the area pre-dawn Sunday. Sunday is going to be, temperatures will be falling through the 20s. It'll be blustery, breezy, low wind chills, and anything that doesn't get, shoveled or treated is going to freeze solid Sunday.
And he says temperatures will remain very cold for the next several days. And again, roads that aren't treated will be like a sheet of ice, and it will be an eventful commute on Monday morning. Family violence on Thanksgiving left a person injured. It was a shooting that got the cops called to the Steeples apartment complex along West Washington Street about 8:30 last night. Police found somebody who had been shot blocks away from that complex, and they located the person that they believe shot that person across town, but they're still looking into this whole thing. Indianapolis cops trying to figure out how a 6-year-old boy got a hold of a gun and shot himself and killed himself. Here's Jared Lewis.
The accidental shooting happening on Thanksgiving Day at a townhome on Indy's southwest side.
You just can't take a bullet back when it's left the gun, and in this instance, a child got a hold of a firearm. We got to do better as the adults, right?
IMPD Officer Tommy Thompson says many places offer free gun locks, including at Marion County Libraries. And according to police, the boy was with family at the home during the incident, but his parents weren't there. Jarrett Lewis, 93, WIBC Mobile News.
Mark Sanchez, the former Fox Sports analyst who was stabbed by a 69-year-old grease truck driver in October, will not go on trial until March of 26. The case originally set for December 11th with a pretrial of December 2nd, but Sanchez's attorneys asked for more time, and the judge approved that request. It is a full weekend of football at Lucas Oil Stadium besides the Colts taking on the Texans. IHSAA football state championship games will go on today and Saturday. Brownsburg head coach John Hart telling Wish TV it is his favorite time of year.
I'm excited. It's an incredible week. It's the most fun week. I tell everybody this is the most fun game, and that's the most fun week of the year.
Well, it's exciting back there, right? 1A, 3A, and 5A games get going today, followed by the even number classes tomorrow. Saturday's nightcap features a matchup between Brownsburg and Westfield. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com at 7:05. Traffic on the 5s. Good morning, Matt Bear.
What's happening, Ryan? Looking at the southeast side, crash westbound 465 after southeastern on the left shoulder. And no delay at the moment. Everything looking good coming into downtown. Good morning, Hancock County. Just fine. Westbound 70, State Road 92465. And if you're continuing into the north, split about 5 minutes right now. Nothing slowing us down at the moment. Traffic sponsored by AARP. If you're asked to pay with a gift card, it's a scam. Scammers love gift cards because they're just like cash. No real business or government agency will ever ask for gift cards. Learn more at aarp.org/gift cards. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
My bad, I had my microphone muted. Thank you, Matt. Wish TV meteorologist Tara Hastings. Good morning. How does the weather look?
Hey, good morning. Boy, it's going to be a chilly day today. It will be a bright day. We'll go with highs today around 33, but it is going to be a bit breezy at times, so those wind chill values will push those feels-like temperatures a little bit cooler. Tonight, clouds increase. It turns cold, lows near 20, and we've got a snowstorm that we are watching for your Saturday. Accumulating snow will be likely beginning around daybreak and continuing throughout the entire day. Indianapolis, about 2 to 4 inches of snowfall possible. Higher accumulations farther north, and we could see maybe a little bit of some rain mixing in farther south, so that means that we'll see lesser totals in southern Indiana. We'll go with a high on Saturday right around 35. Winds will be a bit breezy, so it'll blow and drift some of that snow around. Heading into Sunday, look for mostly cloudy skies, a few flurries or snow showers, breezy with highs near 34.
Thank you very much. Right now, it is 7:07 Friday morning. Tony Katz, the Morning News, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins, filling in. Thrilled to be with you. Ukraine is investigating the top official tied to Vladimir Zelensky for fraud, for all kinds of terrible things, for corruption, embezzlement, etc. You name it. His home was raided by the Anti-Corruption Bureau that exists in Ukraine, a place that is heavily and has long been thought to be a heavily corrupt country. Granted, a country at war, a country fighting against Russia, one that we definitely want to support in trying to prevent this from lasting any longer. All those things are still true. I'm not trying to talk about this story because I'm trying to go anti-Ukraine per se. But when everybody out there, and I heard Tony do a great job talking about this earlier this week, is debating the peace deal that's on the table, the likelihood that Ukraine and Russia may finally stop fighting, and Russia will unfortunately be given a lot of things as a quote-unquote reward for their invasion of Ukraine, which, again, and I heard Tony say this, and he's absolutely right, if you aren't willing to fight directly against Russia here in the United States or anywhere else, and I'm not saying we should be, then this was the only outcome that made sense. Russia would inevitably win this conflict because they can fight much longer than Ukraine can. But another aspect of it is the idea that Ukraine is currently still embezzling a bunch of the money that's being sent to them to support their effort to try to fight off Russia. And this is the latest headline there. We'd seen this story before, and it's just sort of ridiculous. Several officials close to Zelensky have already been investigated and have been found to have been doing something wrong in the world of, this exact same thing. And now it's the top official, his right-hand man, essentially, which seems to demonstrate that maybe Zelensky might also somehow wind up being a part of some of that. I don't know. I know that an election will be a forced outcome of the peace deal, too, which means Zelensky may not be the president of Ukraine at some point in the near future. It's just crazy to see a story like this. And the BBC and others are reporting on it. So it's international news. Again, I'm not trying to talk about it for political reasons. I just can't fathom the idea of you embezzling money, stealing money as a government official at a time of war that Ukraine is going through right now. And yet I also can fathom that, I should say, because politicians are incredibly corrupt. We see it all the time, especially in places like Ukraine. Speaking of terrible politicians, I do love what Stephen A. Smith did. He went nuclear, according to the internet, on Mark Kelly and other members of the Seditious Six, the politicians that were telling military men and women disregard the orders of the sitting president of the United States, even though those people could not point to any one order that they thought Trump gave that was actually illegal. So just because it's fun to hear Stephen A. Smith yell about stuff, let's play a little bit of audio of him yelling about stuff. Because, again, no matter how much I can ramp up my energy, I don't know if I can ever get here.
Respectfully, Senator, what the hell are you doing? Looking into the camera and telling military men and women to ignore the commander-in-chief. How dare you? How dare you do that?
True.
That's right, I'm calling out. I never served in the military. That's true. I have family members who did. Some of my best friends have. Marines, Air Force, Navy, Army. I haven't heard one of them, not one of them, say that was okay.
Yeah, because it's not okay, Stephen A. Smith.
How dare you do that?
How dare you do that? That's right. I could just keep playing that on repeat. But I do love that. He went into great detail about how wrong it was for the Seditious Six to say and do what they were doing. And honestly, it feels even more appropriate to question that type of rhetoric after the horrific thing that happened earlier this week in D.C. But nonetheless, Stephen A. is one of a kind in how he talks about this stuff. And I know that there's the idea that he might run for political office. So more and more, it seems that his podcast that's not about sports leans in to some of these political positions. He goes on to criticize Trump, so he's certainly no conservative. And I'm not necessarily saying he's someone that you'd agree with on a whole lot of things, but occasionally you might find yourself in very lockstep agreement with Stephen A. This is one of those times. All right, we'll take a break. A lot coming up. Greg Collins filling in. Tony Katz, The Morning News, 93 WIBC.
Breathe in the wonder and joy of Christmas, where the extraordinary often shines through the ordinary moments, through kindness, care, and compassion. At Franciscan Health, we provide care rooted in faith, love, and dignity, and believe life is a gift and every moment is extraordinary. So take a breath and give thanks as we celebrate the birth of our Savior, Jesus Christ. Merry Christmas. Franciscan Health. Love your extraordinary life.
Everybody knows Hubler's got the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles. But did you know? Now you can get that same limited powertrain warranty on new Toyotas. Introducing the all-new Hubler Toyota. Get grand opening savings all month long. And right now, lease a new 2025 RAV4, just $349 per month. Or a new 2026 Corolla, $219 per month. Plus, choose from Camrys, Corollas, Highlanders, Tundras, and more.
Hubler's got you covered.
At the all-new Hubler Toyota on US 31 South in Indianapolis. Visit HublerToyota.com. Grand opening savings and the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles.
Cover me!
Select models, approved credit, plus tax tag title license, 249 dealer doc, 36 months RAV4 model 4432, 39 months Corolla model 1852, 29.99 due, 0 security, 10,000 annual miles, 15 cents per mile thereafter, expires 11/30.
It's time. You've been putting off that kitchen or bath remodel long enough. What are you waiting for? Get started today with Boer Remodeling. Boer Remodeling customer Kathy had a bath remodel with Boer. Kathy, talk a little bit about your experience.
Our experience with Boer has been terrific. The process was so easy and seamless. When we decided to do a larger remodel of our first floor, Boer was the first company we thought of hiring.
And were you happy with the results?
The results are amazing, and we are so happy with our home and the work that Boer did.
Peter is another recent Boer Remodeling customer with a new kitchen. Peter, what was the best part about working with Boer?
We especially liked the
active participation that we were able to have in selection of stone for the countertops really came out beautiful. The cabinets also came out very, very well.
The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in Central Indiana. They'll guide you through the entire process. Start with a free consultation. Talk to Boer Remodeling today. That's BOOHER, BoerRemodeling.com.
This holiday season, make your home magical with Sundown Gardens and Miss M's Home and Garden. From sparkling Christmas trees to glowing holiday decorations and show-stopping fresh greenery and trees for inside and out, Sundown and Miss M's has everything you need to turn your home into a winter wonderland. Visit them for wonderful Christmas gifts, delectable chocolates, live trees, wreaths, and more. Come in, get inspired, and let the holiday spirit ring. Sundown Gardens, 186th and Spring Mill in Westfield, Miss M's on 135 in Barkersville.
Whether it's morning routines or weekends on the sidelines when the temperature drops, America brings the heat with Hot Hands. Hot Hands are America's favorite hand, toe, neck, and even body warmers to help you stay warm and cozy from head to toe. Hot Hands are fast-acting, they're long-lasting, and they are made right here in the USA. Look for the Hot Hands logo and the bright orange packages at your favorite store or online, and keep doing what you love out there with Hot Hands, warming up America coast to coast.
Matt Bear, how does our weather look?
Craig, I'm getting a report of black ice. This is going to be 65, 70 near Market Street. So be careful out on the roads today. If there is black ice there could be black ice anywhere. Looking at the southeast side crash, southbound 465 after Southeastern. It's on the left shoulder, causing a slowdown back to I-74. Traffic sponsored by Grand Appliance. Black Friday prices are in effect now with Grand Appliance on top brands like Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Maytag, and more. Visit grandappliance.com or your local showroom for details. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. It's going to be cold for the next few days. That is the weather forecast. Likely some snow as well. High of 34 today, high of 36 tomorrow, and high of 33, I think, on Sunday. Snow in the forecast for all weekend. 22 right now in downtown Indianapolis. That temperature brought to you by the American Standard Heating Weather Center of 93 WIBC.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Christmas is almost here, and if you're shopping on a budget, you shop at PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse in Brownsburg. Truly unique pieces you won't find anywhere else. And sale prices every single day. At PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse, you'll find gold, diamonds, gemstones, exquisite, one-of-a-kind pieces, and incredible local artist designs all within your budget. Your perfect place to shop for the holidays. PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse, 3750 South Green Street in Brownsburg, or online at pajewelers.jewelry. That's pajewelers.jewelry.
This hour powered by Pierce Jewelers, designers of fine jewelry.
Tony Katz, the Morning News, 93 WIBC. My name is Greg Collins, filling in. Thrilled to be with you. It is time for our popcorn moment, brought to you by Boer Home Remodeling. This popcorn moment is audio that I've already played, actually, once today. Thank you, Carl. And yet I really, really enjoy it. So it has to be our popcorn moment. This is President Trump getting a question from someone and asking if they're a stupid person. Are you dumb? Are you an idiot? It feels absolutely right. Here we go. Let's play that audio.
Blame the Biden administration
because they let him in. Are you stupid? Are you a stupid person? Because they came in on a plane along with thousands of other people that shouldn't be here, and you're just asking questions because you're a stupid person. And there's a law passed that it's almost impossible not to get them out. You can't get them out once they come in. And they came in, and they were unvetted, they were unchecked, there were many of them, and they came in on big planes, and it was disgraceful. And
I really love that. Are you stupid? Are you a stupid person? You're just asking questions because you're a stupid person. That is wonderful. I think sometimes a lot of people in media, especially the people who do those press conference things, do seem like they're just asking questions. They're not actually well thought out or valuable or things that other people are asking. And sometimes they're gotcha questions designed to somehow get Trump to say or do a thing that media can then spin. but he did not have any patience for that one, and I thought it was wonderful. So once again, your popcorn moment brought to you by Boer Home Remodeling is President Trump yelling at somebody and asking if they're an idiot. Some other stories out there, just going to pivot to other things, and you have Matt and Carl hanging out as they do every morning on this show. I saw a story about an OnlyFans model, and I wanted to talk about it, and I debated like when in a morning show was the appropriate time to discuss this topic, and I guess I landed on 7:19 for some reason. This doesn't seem, but anyway, there's a person out there who's very famous on that website. She makes like $80 million, or has made $80 million on the site. Her name is Sophie Rain. I'm not telling you to look her up. That's not the intention of this conversation. But she recently went viral for her demands of a future husband, the things she wants to be true in someone that she would one day marry. And by the way, this OnlyFans model claims that she is also a virgin. I'm just putting it out there. I don't want to go any deeper than this. I know this is already salacious for a morning show. But my favorite of the demands of this young woman, she's 20. She wants someone who's honest, ambitious, loyal. All those things seem good. She also hopes to find someone who has no idea what she does for a living. And I thought that was interesting. Because, like, I'd love to find somebody who has no idea I'm famous or knows the reason I'm famous, would love to date me and get to know me outside of this profession thing I have. So then I was starting to ask myself the question, and I'd love for you guys to weigh in. If she found somebody like that, at what point does she tell them that she's a famous model online for something that they're not expecting her to be famous for, especially if she tells them she's also someone waiting till marriage to do certain things? Anyone want to weigh in on this? Matt, do you want to jump in on this topic at all?
Wow. Oh, man. My head just exploded. Okay. All right,
wait, hold on, though. Hold on. Let me ask you, because your head exploded. Is this something I should be talking about on Tony Katz?
Well, hey, we're here. I think this is conversation here because there are so many... There's so many women in this line of work that are coming back and saying, I really shouldn't have done that.
Yes,
and
they are.
There's a bunch of them, and a lot of them are famous. And I don't, what if, let's just say a very famous pornographic model who's in her 50s now has recently found Jesus, which everybody's like, yeah, redemption. Redemption's the best thing in the world, and you get crazy about it.
Yeah.
But then you find out that she was converted to Judaism in 2015, and now she's... becoming a Christian. And this, like back in the 90s and 2000s, was like the heavyweight hitter, the Mike Tyson of the adult entertainment industry. And now all of a sudden she's like, and that's cool. But like this woman, this Rain woman who was alluding to, she's not all hip on what she actually does for a living, and know there can be complications in the personal life. But when you're young, hey man, you make that money. And I don't ever get in the way of how people make their money. I don't lecture that. I don't criticize that. If you want to be an OnlyFans model, go be an OnlyFans model. That's terrific.
Go do your thing. Yeah, I got it. She's made $80 million.
And the truth will set you free.
Like that is something else. That other model you're talking about, I won't name her, but I know a great podcast that did a deep dive into that topic.
Yeah.
Matt
I wonder
and
where.
Craig, excellent podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, had to discuss that. My favorite part of this story, though, and this like 20-something model who went viral and apparently is very famous, is the idea that at some point she'd have that conversation with the guy, like, hey, I want you to know why I'm so wealthy.
Yeah,
because like
Craig,
if he found, go ahead.
He's going to ignore it because she has $80 million.
That's all right.
I don't know about that, man.
That's a game breaker right there. Yeah, every time,
sure. I mean, maybe, but also I don't know. But it'd be crazy to like have that as a discussion, especially. And I don't mean to add this caveat in if this is the most inappropriate thing to keep saying on the radio. She's waiting for marriage to be romantic with this significant other. Your mind would be blown if you're like, wait a minute, what happened? How did you get this famous? But like, how could you be that naive, too, by the way, to not know about this while you're getting to know this young woman? That's a thing she does on the side. And by on the side, I mean quite often to the tune of $80 million.
I'm thinking about how this conversation would go, okay, in my head. Like, say if you're doing something like that for a living, I don't think you would break the news on the first date, maybe. Wait until the second
this would
date.
be a while.
This is going to be, by the time you get to know each other, maybe sitting down at a Ponderosa or something, that's what
I was wondering, would you do it in public or private?
Oh, yeah, you could talk in public as long as we're not shouting it from the rooftops,
In public, men would recognize her probably. They go, excuse me, why does everybody know you?
Here's what I want to know. If actually the fact that she's never been with anybody offsets the fact that she's an OnlyFans model. Because if she hasn't been with anybody, she's not going all the way in the industry. And then I have that one. If she's retired, I'm totally good. We can date. All right. And that's always been my thing with women in that kind of industry, in those kind of industries. Yeah. Hey, 21, whatever, 21, 31, 41. I don't care. But as long as you're not doing the work anymore, but I would have to know more about what exactly she does on this OnlyFans, which means a free subscription for me. So.
I got to be honest, picking a Ponderosa Steakhouse, by the way, is a great pick. That's a great move.
First thing that popped in my head, to be honest.
Right. At least I can go up and grab some extra steak after she drops this on me and just really try to, understand what's happening. But I love this. She's like, I want somebody loyal. I want somebody nice, somebody who respects me, and also someone who has no idea why I'm famous. And the reason she's famous would be insane.
By the way, I hate to burst the bubble, but she's probably lying on all of this. This is a way to appeal to people. And
of course, Carl.
Yeah.
Why do that?
I don't see any self-promotion going on here whatsoever.
Yeah.
No.
None. She's not trying to look like nice and all these other things that you would not think she is. But anyway, yes, of course. And now I'm talking about it on Indianapolis radio on a Friday, on Black Friday. So she's winning. And I said her whole name.
Did you know that Black Friday sales are on sale for OnlyFans sites here? I'm looking at the cards for you can get a $5 gift card for less than $5 on Black Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, there's all sorts of deals. But shop locally. Shop locally. Yeah,
there you go. WIBC does not condone anything we're saying right now.
No, but hey, speaking of shop locally, in my street was dead yesterday. I live on the Mass Ave cultural side of town, and there are just shops up and down. That's a great place to go to spend some local money.
To go today, to spend some local money? Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, just want to say hey to my neighborhood. That's all. You want to go
everybody
shopping.
out there, spend locally, enjoy locally, and forget everything else we've said in this entire segment. All right. Matt, you got some traffic for us?
Yeah, Craig, looking at the southeast side crash, westbound 465 after Southeastern, and this has us slow to I-74. And inbound 70 wide open right now as you make your way in from 465 to the north split. I don't see any trouble there. Traffic sponsored by Sullivan Hardware and Garden. Shopping online might be easy, but it doesn't feel like Christmas, so trade your scrolling for strolling at Sullivan Hardware and Garden in Allisonville. Home and Garden by Sullivan. Soak in the season among holiday decor, gifts, live trees, and more at Sullivan's, where Christmas comes to life. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
This year, make Christmas cash with Farnsworth Metal Recycling. Raised Demolition and Farnsworth Metal Recycling, family-owned in Indy for 3 generations, are names you know and trust. Bring in your scrap aluminum, steel, copper, or brass and turn it into holiday spending money. Whether you're decking the halls, buying gifts, or just want a little extra jingle in your pocket, cash is king at Farnsworth.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling, a familiar face in Indy.
Macy's Backstage is a whole department inside your Macy's store where you can find so many holiday essentials all for under $25. Don't wait. Find a location at macy'sbackstage.com.
Shopping online might be easy, but it doesn't feel like Christmas. Trade your scrolling for strolling. Bring your family and make it part of your tradition. Sullivan's, where Christmas comes to life.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov or text Tony Katz to 46220 today.
Black Friday deals are happening all month long at Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield. You can lease a new Ford Escape or a Bronco Sport for just $339 a month. Plus, you could save over $13,000 on a new Ford F-150. You always get more with Andy Moore's Get More Guarantee. More savings, more selection, and more for your trade. Buy your vehicle 100% online. It is so easy to do at AndyMooreFord.com, and Andy Moore will deliver it right to your door. Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield is the place for your car, truck, and SUV. And if you've got a business, Andy Moore Ford is the place for your commercial vehicle. Not only to get your new medium to heavy-duty F-Series trucks, but their service bays can handle vehicles up to 35,000 pounds. Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield for all the Black Friday deals. Check them out, 2713 East Main Street in Plainfield, or online at Andy Moore Ford. That's Andy Moore, M-O-H-R.
I love Andy.
AndyMooreFord.com.
Has your house become a burden? Why not sell it to us? Simple Quarters is a local Christian company that loves to assist people in difficult situations. Simple Quarters has helped over 3,000 families sell their homes in Indiana.
Wanda's been in real estate. I've been in construction, so she would find properties that we could fix up and resell or rent.
Probably we've flipped about 40 houses. I don't want to do it anymore. Health is not good. We're in our early 80s. Sometimes you have to give it up.
James, he did a good job. James was very cordial and, like I say, responded to our phone calls and then kept in contact with us. So he did a good job.
When I got the purchase agreement, and he did have things in there that was pertinent to me. It's important.
Yeah, James followed through on what he said. Did what he said he was going to do.
Yeah.
Other companies make broken promises, but at Simple Quarters, we keep our word. Sell your home to people you can trust. Call Simple Quarters at 317-900-HOME. 317-900-HOME.
Strike gold with the best ticket deals of the season. Get Pacers tickets starting at $5.
Jackson attacking in on the left side with a left-hand scoop, and he's on the line with a chance for a three-point play.
Gold Friday presented by KeyBank is your chance to get tickets to some of the biggest Pacer games starting at just $5.
Naismith buries a three right in front of the Milwaukee bench.
These deals won't last long. Head to Pacers.com/Gold Friday. That's Pacers.com/Gold Friday to get yours.
911, what's your emergency?
Por favor, necesito ayuda. Está orando y creo que me va a pegar otra vez.
I will get someone to speak with you. Please stay on the line.
Hola, tengo su ubicación. Ayuda está en camino.
Getting past a language barrier is critical when first responders help Hoosiers. That's why the State 911 Board provides special tools for non-English speaking citizens to communicate with emergency services.
Si estás en peligro, aunque no hables inglés, podrás recibir ayuda en una emergencia rápidamente.
All Indiana 911 centers began offering translation services in over 240 languages in 2019. Now, people can send text messages for help in their native language to 911 and receive a translated text back from the dispatcher. It's of great help to the deaf and speech impaired and to those in select dangerous situations.
Cuando llame o envíe un texto al 911, un servicio de traducción se asegurará que entiendan lo que está diciendo.
For more information, visit in911.net.
Gracias.
911. Before you text, voice is best.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
It's not winter yet, but it sure feels like it. A winter storm watch is in effect through Sunday. Radar clear, 23 degrees in downtown Indianapolis this morning. Going up to 32, I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:31. Forecasters say they are now fully confident that snow will start falling across Indiana early Saturday.
Yeah, we're looking at for Indy. We're probably on the cusp between lighter accumulations to the south and moderate accumulations to the north. But, yeah, we're certainly expecting at least a couple inches in Indianapolis and the potential for, 3, 4.
Alex McGinnis, a forecaster at the National Weather Service, says today will stay dry but really, really cold. If you're going to the Circle of Lights here on Monument Circle tonight, bundle up. To West Virginia, National Guard members deployed in D.C. shot Wednesday by an Afghan national who entered the U.S. on asylum in 21. One of those soldiers has died. The other is fighting for their life.
Condolences are pouring in today for the family of 20-year-old Sarah Beckstrom as the family of 24-year-old Andrew Wolf asks for prayers for their son's recovery. The D.C. Fire and EMS Department sharing video of them honoring Beckstrom as her body was transferred from MedStar Hospital. The father of Beckstrom posting on Facebook, "My baby girl has passed to glory. If I don't talk to you, don't be offended. This has been a horrible tragedy." The White House says the president has spoken to Beckstrom's parents. The death of Beckstrom means the suspect, 29-year-old Ramanullah Lakanwal, will likely face upgraded charges to include murder in the first degree.
That's Fox's Madeline Rivera this morning in Washington, D.C. UPS says they are grounding its fleet of cargo planes after a crash in Kentucky killed several people, both on the plane and on the ground. The MD-11 cargo planes will be re-inspected for possible repairs and will miss the holiday delivery season. In a little over a month, Marjorie Taylor Greene will retire from Congress, so who will fill her spot?
There were people already lined up to fight for Marjorie Taylor Greene's seat, including Republicans who wanted to primary her, like a FEMA employee, a businessman, and an actor, even before she resigned. Retired Army vet Sean Harris, a Democrat who got 35% of the vote in last year's race, is running again. But now other other Republicans are jumping in. Retired Marine Christian Hurd and the district's GOP chair, Jim Tully, say they will run. The controversial state senator Colton Moore says he's exploring a run as other names are being discussed. Once Green retires on January 5th, Governor Kemp has 10 days to order a special election, and that date must be set at least 30 days after he gives that order.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. And Black Friday just isn't about deals anymore. It's also about freebies. If you're heading out early today, be aware that Kohl's will give the first 200 people in line instant win Kohl's cash, anywhere from $5 to $100. And then Meijer is also handing out its Black Friday tradition of surprising shoppers at the register with electronic coupons, and you could save big bucks there. Happy shopping. Sports on WIBC. A win over the second-ranked IU Hoosiers tonight in West Lafayette would be significant for Purdue University, says wide receiver Michael Jackson III. I'm not sure if he's any relation to the singer. It's also the 127th meeting between the two teams in the 100th Old Oaken Bucket game.
It's a rivalry for Purdue, and that's a rivalry for me too. I'm excited. I know what it means to the fans. I know how much history has gone into this game, so I'm going to treat it just like how everybody else is treating, how the fans are treating.
Indiana won last year's game 66-0. They're 27.5-point favorites tonight. Kickoff at 7:30. Indianapolis Colts quarterback Daniel Jones says he's going to tough it out and keep playing despite a fibula injury.
Yeah, I've just been trying to get treatment and make sure I'm in the best spot I can be. Just something I felt last week. Tough to say exactly when, but something I felt last week I looked at. And
he's just not moving that well. The Colts play the Houston Texans on Sunday at home, and on Thanksgiving, 3 football games. The Packers edged the Lions, the Cowboys outlasted the Chiefs, and Joe Burrow returned for the Cincinnati Bengals, who got past the Baltimore Ravens. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 7:35. Traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Baer.
Crash on the southeast side. All lanes have reopened on westbound 465 after Southeastern. The traffic has cleared out as well. Checking out westbound 70 going from downtown out to Indianapolis International Airport. No problems there. 9-minute ride eastbound 72. Downtown Indianapolis looking good as well. Traffic sponsored by Sullivan Hardware and Garden. Shopping online might be easy, but it doesn't feel like Christmas. So trade your scrolling for strolling at Sullivan Hardware and Garden in Allisonville. Home and Garden by Sullivan. Soak in the season among holiday decor, gifts, live trees, and more at Sullivan's, where Christmas comes to life. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. It looks like we're going to have some snow throughout the weekend here in Indianapolis. Snow on Saturday, a high of 36. Snow on Sunday, a high of 33. Today, sunny and a high of just 34. Right now in downtown Indianapolis, it's also 22 degrees. That temperature brought to you by the American Standard Heating Weather Center of 93 WIBC.
Shopping online might be easy, but it doesn't feel like Christmas. Trade your scrolling for strolling. Bring your family and make it part of your tradition. Sullivan's, where Christmas comes to life.
Black Friday prices are in effect now at Grand Appliance on top brands like Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Maytag, and more. Visit grandappliance.com or your local showroom for details.
Looking for the hottest trends in jewelry this year? Come to Pierce Jewelers and see their Love to Love collection in lab-grown diamond jewelry. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
Whenever I'm out a wandering, chasing a rainbow dream, I often
Katz,
stop and think about
93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins, filling in. Thrilled to be with you. It is time for our Marketplace segment, which is brought to you by Indiana Unclaimed. If you have some money out there that you're unaware of, you just got to go to Indiana Unclaimed, put your name in, and they'll tell you, hey, we owe you money, and then they'll send it to you. It doesn't matter who it is. They'll send you a check. I've gotten money from them. Matt and Carl have both gotten money from them. You should do this if you haven't done this. Today's Black Friday Marketplace item is something I just selfishly kind of want, which is why I decided to put it up here. Although I did see there's a ton of old school toys on Marketplace pretty much all the time. But this is a collector's edition Hulk Hogan, WWE legend Hulk Hogan, $30, never opened, still in its package. Seems like it might someday be worth more money. But anyway, it's in Indianapolis, and I'd love to buy this for myself. So that's really the only reason I'm putting this on the list.
This is like WWF. Back when it was WWF, remember there was WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment, what it is now, but there were two WWFs back in the 90s and 80s. One was for panda bears and wildlife, and they sued, and then it became WWE. So it has that WWF logo on the top left there, and it says Legends underneath. So this is a fantastic collector's item. Yeah, it's really cool, man.
It may only be worth $30 or even less than that. We're not trying to tell you that buying it's a good investment. But it looks awesome. It definitely does. And I just love the amount of other toys because, like, I was looking through that and for some reason got nostalgic just before this segment started. There's a bunch of Ninja Turtle toys out there that you can buy, one of which was a Ninja Turtle toy I owned as a child that then got stolen. I assume it got stolen. I don't know what happened to it. Yeah. I don't know what happened to it. My mom might have lost it. It might have been damaged. Something might have happened. And then actually also, and I don't know that there are many of these on sale in Indy, but it's going to let me tell this story. I found a My Buddy doll. Are you guys aware of what that is?
My Buddy,
Matt is. All right. Did you have a My Buddy? Did you ever have a My Buddy or no?
No, I had no friends.
All right. That's fine. I had a My Buddy as a little kid, and I feel like I've told this story on the air before, but it's been a long time. My Buddy doll, I remember how it passed away because my buddy didn't make it. He didn't. My buddy was sitting outside our house in our driveway. I was in a baby pool. I think I was like 5 or 6 years old. I was fairly young. I was sitting in a baby pool in New Jersey. This is where I grew up. And my mother backed her van up over my buddy and fired its head off into the pool, guys. So I was in the baby pool sitting there like, minding my business, just enjoying my day. And then the My Buddy head started floating in the pool with me. Tragic. No. I know. My mom claims that didn't happen, by the way, but she knows it did. She absolutely knows it did. I wouldn't have made that up as a child.
Just trying to teach you a lesson.
Horrific experience. And every time I see the My Buddy, I flash back to that moment of me at 5 or 6 years old in the pool with the head just looking at me.
They had My Buddy. They had Kid's sister, too.
They did have Kid's sister.
Kid's sister wasn't around to watch My Buddy get his head popped off and into the waiting pool. Into the Cowan's home waiting pool.
Yeah. I would hate to know what happened to the Kid's sister in my family, too. The My Buddy experience.
Oh, my Lord. Yeah, I remember that My Buddy was like that string of 90s, 2000s dolls where they had like different things and everybody had to have one,
The reason I have to tell the story, Matt, is I love, like, these are the things that come up over the holidays when you see people, and then you debate it. And my mom's like, that never occurred. I never did that. I'm like, yes, you did. Why would I make that up? What part of me would be so insane to this day in my life still be claiming that thing that happened didn't happen?
Yeah, history changes. It gets rewritten in families, and that's the way it's been my life. All of a sudden, I'm culpable for all these different things. Like there was when I was 8. No, I was 6. My brother was 8. There was a bathtub incident. Where things and I'm now getting blamed for that incident, and I know it wasn't me. It just comes up all the time.
Are we gonna say any more?
Well, yeah. What do you think happened in the tub? Somebody went to the
Okay.
Went to the full thing.
I got you. I'm hearing all the words.
All right. Yeah, good, Carl. Good, that works, man.
Hearing all the words. Yeah. When he said "What's in the tub," I thought of what's in the box for some reason. Yeah, what's in the box? What's in the box? But anyway, no, Carl, you got any of those? Any family stories that have been retold and changed down through the years? No, Carl?
Not for radio.
Okay, not for radio. Okay, good. Well, we'll leave that out. That'll be fine. I have several things where my mom's like, that didn't happen. The broken arm story that I've told in the air before. She doesn't think parts of that happened, and I think they did. And I don't have to tell that story again, but I'm to this day sure, that those things occurred. All right,
does she just not remember that the arm was broken, or denies the arm being broken, or that you
the biggest problem my mom has with the broken arm story is my use of the Bible, which I don't know if you guys know about this. In the story, anyone who's never heard it before, when I break my arm and I'm sitting in the car waiting to go to the hospital with her, my mom ran in to get something to prop my arm up, and I remember it being the Bible. And I remember her putting it on my lap and saying, "This will help you," which it did not help me. The Bible did not heal my arm magically, but she said it would. And then we drove to the hospital. She says to this day it was a dictionary and not the Bible. But I'm pretty sure it was the Bible.
When she's saying this will help you, I didn't think she meant spiritually. It's just
I
something to prop your arm up on.
Well, no, I took it as spiritually, man. She said it would help me. No, I know you're right, Matt. I know you're right about that part. I give in there. But she says it was now she's texting me. Now she's texting me about other stuff.
There you go.
Did not pop the head off of it. Yeah, she said, I do remember popping the head off of your My Buddy. I just don't remember it sailing into the baby pool you were in.
You keep
she
that.
remembers most of the details.
Keep that message for the rest of your life. You're going to need
I will.
it.
This is the first time there's an admission at all. I just had to talk about it on radio in Indianapolis for us to get here. All right, we'll take a break. A lot coming up. Matt's got traffic for us in just a bit. This is the Tony Katz, the Morning News Show on 93 WIBC.
Touchdown, Indiana. Cooper who makes the grab, and there was nobody around him.
The climb to perfection comes down to one last game and one bitter rival. The old Oaken Bucket awaits, and the Hoosiers want it all.
This Indiana football team will walk out of here with an 11-0 record and going to the final game against the Purdue Boilermakers in West Lafayette.
IU versus Purdue. Friday, coverage begins at 6:30 with a bucket for history for the perfect season. Hoosier football on 93 WIBC.
Attention, Indiana homeowners. Are you tired of avoiding your wet basement? Hi, I'm Mike Smith with Swingco Crawl Space and Basement Repair, your real, local, Indiana family-owned experts. Imagine all the possibilities of a guaranteed dry basement, a cozy new family room, a home gym, or even a new office. And with no interest, no payment financing, you don't have to break the bank to do it. Make the most of your basement today. Call Swingco 317-407-1868 or swingcollc.com.
Matt Bear, how do the roads look?
Better, Craig. A crash cleared on the southeast side. Westbound 465 after Southeastern. That crash is cleared. Traffic's cleared out, too. Looking at northbound 65 south side. Looks pretty good, 465. And to the south split, in case you're coming into downtown Indianapolis to do some holiday shopping, everything looks pretty good all directions and all interstates in right now at the moment. Traffic sponsored by Sullivan Hardware and Garden. Shopping online might be easy, but it doesn't feel like Christmas, so trade your scrolling for strolling at Sullivan Hardware and Garden in Allisonville. Home and Garden by Sullivan. Soak in the season among holiday decor, gifts, live trees, and more at Sullivan's, where Christmas comes to life. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. Sunny, a high of 34 for today. It's going to be very cold the whole weekend, and there's a lot of snow in the forecast. Snow and 36 on Saturday, snow and 33 on Sunday. Right now in downtown Indianapolis, it is 22 degrees. That temperature brought to you by the American Standard Cooling and Heating Weather Center of 93 WIBC.
To protect his family from disaster, Steve used his camera phone.
Done.
By taking pictures of his important documents, Steve can always have them stored online. Learn more simple disaster prep tips at ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
Giant list of reasons why I trust Window Nation. They did such an awesome job replacing the windows in the front of my house. My old, drafty, cracked windows. Came in within a day, put in some new windows, left my house cleaner than before the install. Recently ranked highest on Forbes' list of best window installation companies. So you know you can trust Window Nation for high quality, affordable windows.
They have an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. They have got over 45,000 5-star reviews, and they've came out to my house. I trust Window Nation. You can trust Window Nation. They are the best in the business, but you need to hurry. The sale ends soon. 50% off all window styles and 0 interest financing for 5 years. Schedule a fast and free estimate right now at windownation.com. windownation.com.
It's an I-65 showdown when the Pacers host the Chicago Bulls.
Neesmith's strong drive went right around Ricochet and dunked.
Continue to celebrate the Thanksgiving holiday when the Pacers feast on the Bulls Saturday at 7:30.
Now Siakam comes up top, takes it, bounces it once, and buries a three over the outstretched arm of Stewart.
The rivalry continues, and you don't want to miss the action. Get your tickets at Pacers.com/tickets. Pacers Bulls, Saturday at 7:30.
Picture this, you're on a date, and then bad breath happens. Confidence gone. Here's the truth. Most gums and mints are just bad breath Band-Aids, but not Zellman's Minty Mouth. The functional breath freshener you swallow. Tiny dual-action capsules with mint on the outside, parsley seed oil inside, clinically tested to fight the toughest offenders, even garlic and onions. It's only available online. Go to Zellmans.com, Zellmins, Zellmans.com, code FRESH for 15% off.
JMV here. This holiday season, make your home magical with Sundown Gardens and Miss M's Home and Garden. Sparkling Christmas trees, glowing holiday decorations, show-stopping fresh greenery, and trees for inside and out. Sundown and Miss M's has everything you need to turn your home into a winter wonderland. Visit them for wonderful Christmas gifts, delectable chocolates, live trees, wreaths, and more. Come in and get inspired and let the holiday spirit ring. Sundown Gardens, 186th and Spring Mill in Westfield. Miss M's on State Road 135 in Bargersville.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. You'll find exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 50% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. Technology Recyclers is the safe and ethical choice for your computer and electronics recycling. R2 certified, 100% landfill free, guaranteed destruction of data, and absolutely free pickups. Visit tech-recyclers.com.
Indy Humane. Find your new best friend today. Visit indyhumane.org.
With over 100 online casino-style games, Chumba Casino is your destination for nonstop entertainment. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 21+.
Head to the contest page at WIBC.com and enter for your chance to win a pair of tickets to see the Nutcracker December 4th through 8th at Clues Memorial Hall.
Tony Katz, the Morning News, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins filling in. You got Matt, you got Carl hanging out as they do every single morning on this show. Gen Z and millennials are much more likely to travel for food than other generations. I don't mean just like Thanksgiving food from the family. I mean any kind of food. You hear about like an amazing restaurant somewhere. It might be in your community. You might actually literally take a trip to go try it. Younger generations, out of a survey of 2,000 people, said that they definitely would travel for food as the main component to the destination. That was 30 to 40% of them. Only about 10% of baby boomers said they'd even consider traveling if food were the main reason to go somewhere. So I love this story, mostly because this feels about right. I am someone who would probably travel for food if I was told that it's delicious. And then the deliciousness would, inspire me to travel further and further based on how rare somebody was telling me something is.
So many more options. When I was a kid, the town I lived in, it wasn't in Indiana. It was like in southeast Missouri. And all we had that would have been considered exotic or something, that wasn't fast food was a Chinese restaurant. That's all we had. And
crazy exotic, yes.
Yeah. Well, then it was like the Chinese restaurant, like it had like real golden arches, like this real halo aura over it because it was like, wow, that was like a sit-down nice restaurant.
Yes.
Now you can get ramen. I had Ethiopian food earlier in the year. There are so many options, and there are so many popular options. Indian food's popular where I live, and I just think with DoorDash and obviously you're not traveling for DoorDash, but you get a chance to try something new. There are just more options, and it's a lot of fun just to go somewhere and try out a new cuisine. It's fun.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And actually, I've even waited in line for food, which feels wrong. But if you go to certain places that are popular, and like there's a line out the door. There was a hot dog place in Chicago that was it finally closed. It was very well known, and it took like an hour in line no matter when you went there to actually get a hot dog, which felt wrong. But I was in my 20s, and I stood there with a buddy of mine and waited all the way through a line to consume what was a slightly better than regular hot dog and some duck fat fries, which were really, I think, the win of all of it. But that's something I've done that I don't think as you get older you have any willingness to do.
Any condiments on that hot dog?
Yeah, there were. Of course there were. It was Chicago. There was definitely no ketchup on the hot dog, but there were other things on there. But no, it's funny because as you get older, like I have no willingness to wait. They could tell me it's the most delicious meal I'll ever have in my life. If it's a roller coaster amount of time to wait in line for it, I'd rather go to McDonald's.
Yeah, and there's just so many. You can have it brought right to your door.
Right,
and,
exactly.
This is the crazy thing about that is because we are older and we do get a little bit lazier as far as going and finding food or wherever.
I think it's smarter. I'm not going to go with lazier. You go ahead.
But then you look at the delivery fees, and we don't ever really consider that when we go to these DoorDashes and Uber Eats and everything else. There are delivery fees. If it's close enough, they waive the fee and everything else. But it's like the casino. They're going to get your money.
They are.
The house is going to win here. The house being DoorDash in this case. So it's easy for us to be lazy because you can have anything. I mean, back in the day, you ordered pizza. That's it. You ordered pizza, and that's all you could have delivered. But now you could have different things brought to your doorstep, and it makes us lazy, but and a little bit broke too.
You know what's funny is Uber keeps advertising to me that they can also just go shopping for me. You can actually hire the Uber driver to go to a store for you, buy you things, and bring those to your house. Which is, I'm not going to do that. I don't think I'll ever be lazy enough to do that. I will shop for myself, darn it, Uber. But it keeps telling me to do it. Just try it out. First $20 is on us. They're trying to get me on the beginning stages of a gateway drug or something like that.
It's so much easier just to sit at home now and get on Twitter and just write horrible insults to everybody, because we never have to leave the house.
There are totally a lot of people that do that, though. Whenever we go to the store, we see the people that work at the store loading up for these deliveries.
I know, it's crazy. No, I love that it happens. It's fine. Spend your money however you want. But, I can't do that. And every time Uber's like, come on, you want to go to Walgreens, but you don't actually want to go. Just get somebody to go for you.
Right.
I'm like, just shut up. It's too tempting. All right. We'll take a break. A lot coming up. This is Greg Collins filling in. Tony Katz, Morning News. Matt's got your traffic.
All right, we are looking at southbound 465 on the southeast side. The crash did clear. We have a report of black ice downtown, 6570 around Market Street. Black ice reported on the interstate there, so please be careful if you're using that. It could be black ice anywhere today. Just take it nice and easy. Not a lot of cars out at the moment, so you should have plenty of time. Traffic sponsored by Sullivan Hardware and Garden. Shopping online might be easy, but it doesn't feel like Christmas. So trade your scrolling for strolling at Sullivan Hardware and Garden and Allisonville Home and Garden by Sullivan. Soak in the season among holiday decor, gifts like trees and more at Sullivan's, where Christmas comes to life. I'm Matt Barrett, WIBC Traffic.
You know exactly why you need to remodel that kitchen of yours. The space, it's outdated. You can't move around like you used to. It doesn't work like it needs to. You want to entertain and you want to improve your quality of life. This can happen, just not with the kitchen you have. You need to call Booher Remodeling, BOOHER, BooherRemodeling.com. They can take that old kitchen that's deteriorating and broken down and turn it into something that works for you and your family. Their 5-step design process from start to finish, the consultation, the preliminary design, the design development, getting all the documents together, and then getting it done. The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in Central Indiana. Booher Remodeling will guide you through the entire process, starting with a free initial consultation, and they stand behind their work with a 2-year workmanship guarantee. Create that new kitchen. Design experts can use an existing layout or begin completely from scratch. Talk to Booher Remodeling today. BOOHER, BooherRemodeling.com. That's BooherRemodeling.com.
We know that around the holidays, things don't always go as planned. That's why Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles. So make memories this season in a Hubler quality pre-owned vehicle. Over 2,000 to choose from. And buy with 0 down. Yes, 0 down delivers. Every Hubler Q certified vehicle is covered by a 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. It includes a 128-point vehicle inspection, plus a free Carfax history report. Plus, we'll pay top dollar for your trade. Bring Hubler your old car for an immediate appraisal. No matter where your plans take you, spread cheer all season long, knowing Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles. Happy holidays, Indiana. Visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 convenient locations. Select models, approved credit. Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
He's Donald Trump's #1 enemy in Congress, Chicago politician Dick Durbin. Now, Durbin has a new scheme. He's doing the dirty work to benefit corporate megastores. Durbin's bill could cut corners on your credit card security, putting your personal data at risk. Big chain retailers and warehouse stores want to inflate their profits, and liberal Dick Durbin would help them do it. Tell senators, say no to the megastores and Dick Durbin. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Get great deals this weekend at the Central Indiana Gun and Knife Show this Saturday and Sunday at Stout Field in Indianapolis. The best dealers in the region will be at the Central Indiana Gun and Knife Show. Admission is just $6 for adults, and kids 12 and under get in free. Attendees must be 18 or accompanied by an adult. Buy, sell, trade. This Saturday 9 to 5 and Sunday 9 to 3. Get directions and see upcoming events and more at CentralIndianaGunShows.com. That's CentralIndianaGunShows.com.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. You'll find exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 50% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220 or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Tune in Saturdays 9 to 1 for the Home and Garden Show for advice and fun. Brought to you by Michaelis. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
Coming up in 2 minutes, what forecasters are saying as far as snowfall totals across Indianapolis on Saturday, what the cops are saying about gun safety, and what Purdue is saying ahead of the Old Oaken Bucket game tonight. Those stories coming up after Fox News. From the Technology Recycler Studios on a Black Friday, you are listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 8 o'clock.
They are being called heroes. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. The 2 National Guard members shot in Washington, D.C. Wednesday. Sarah Beckstrom has died. Andrew Wolf remains hospitalized. President Trump says
he's in very bad shape. He's fighting for his life, and hopefully we'll get better news with respect to him.
both were part of a West Virginia deployment in a D.C. crime crackdown.
Several vigils are being held in Webster Springs, West Virginia, the hometown of 20-year-old Sarah Beckstrom. They're calling her a hometown hero, and they're thanking her for her service. The same show of respect also demonstrated here in the nation's capital. Members of the D.C. Fire and EMS Department lining up along the street for the dignified transfer procession of Beckstrom from the hospital. Some of them saluting as the caravan passed by.
That's Fox's Madeline Rivera. The 2 National Guard members shot by the suspected gunman who drove from Washington State to Washington, D.C. Ramanula Lockenwall. And with Beckstrom's death, he'll face a murder charge. Attorney General Pam Bondi tells Fox,
"We will do everything in our power to seek the death penalty against that monster who should not have been in our country."
Lockenwall had fought with the U.S. during the Afghanistan war in a counter-terror unit, then came here after the American withdrawal in 2021. He was granted asylum 7 months ago after a vetting process. The president posted on Truth Social last night he'll permanently halt all migration from third world countries and terminate all illegal admissions during the Biden administration. There are now 8 arrests related to the massive apartment building fire in Hong Kong, where the number of deaths now at least 128. Dozens remain unaccounted for. It is Black Friday, the start of the holiday shopping season.
For the first time ever, we will spend more than $1 trillion at Christmas this year. That is up between 3 and 4%.
That's Fox's Jeff Flock at a mall in Cherry Hill, New Jersey this morning. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Snow this weekend, but bigger impacts loom. Right now, winter storm watch is in effect through Sunday. Radar clear, but it is bitterly cold out there. Wind chills sending it in the teens. Only a high at 32 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:02.
We've seen conditions like this in Indiana before, but to get this so early in the season here, it's not even December yet, is what's going to probably be shocking to a lot of people.
Forecaster Alex McGinnis reminds us it's only fall. He's a forecaster at the National Weather Service, Indianapolis.
Entering the western counties around dawn Saturday. and snow will overspread the area Saturday morning from west to east. We're looking at probably the most impressive burst of snow during the Saturday afternoon hours.
And McGinnis says the big story here, the untreated snow combined with the freezing temperatures could leave roads a mess for days to come. The cops say a 6-year-old boy died at a townhome complex on Indianapolis' southwest side on Thanksgiving Day after he found a gun that was unsecure and accidentally shot himself. IMPD officer Tommy Thompson.
These are just such tragic, tough incidents. To have known individuals who have lost children from this, man, it's tough.
And this happened just a few hours after 2 people were killed in a separate shooting on Indianapolis' east side. IMPD is now questioning the family members about this shooting that left a 6-year-old boy dead. A Thanksgiving night incident of family violence in Indianapolis last night left 1 person injured. The cops say the shooting happened at about 8:30 at the Steeples apartment complex along West Washington Street. Officers found the person that was shot not far from that apartment complex, and then shortly after that, police located the person they say shot him across town. Mark Sanchez, once a familiar face in the Fox Sports booth, now finds himself in a different spotlight. His trial in Indianapolis stemming from a downtown incident where he got in a fight with a 69-year-old grease truck driver. That grease truck driver, Perry Toll, stabbed Sanchez. Sanchez was arrested on multiple criminal charges, including 1 felony later. Now they say the trial is March 12th, 26, pushed back from December 11th. One Greencastle family's holiday just became a little more special. Johnette Cruz tells us why.
After 5 months in the NICU at Riley Hospital for Children, baby Rose, Opal, and Byers went home to Greencastle this week with a special Wizard of Oz send-off. Dressed as Tiny Dorothy, complete with ruby red slippers, Rose followed a yellow brick road out of the hospital, marking the end of a 165-day stay. Rose had successfully recovered after undergoing open heart surgery at just 11 days old. Her parents and the hospital staff celebrated the resilient baby's long-awaited homecoming. Johnette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The Old Oaken Bucket game tonight in West Lafayette. Number 2 IU, undefeated so far, plays Purdue winless in the Big Ten, and their head coach Barry Odom says this is a big challenge.
You go back in the history of what this game means to the people of Purdue, to our great university, and I've been a part of a number of rivalry games throughout my career.
And IU could lock up a spot in the Big Ten championship game next Saturday at Lucas Oil Stadium. Kickoff tonight at 7:30. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 8:05. Traffic on the 5s. What are you watching, Matt Bear?
What's up, Ryan? Watch out for black ice on the interstates here today, especially on the bridges and maybe on the streets as well. Right now, we do have a report of black ice on 6570 near the Market Street, Washington Street area. Just be careful as you head on through there. It could be anywhere. So take it nice and easy on your Black Friday shopping day. Traffic sponsored by Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield brings whole health to Brookside 54 with a food pantry, nutrition tips, and a new fitness space for teachers through Impact Fitness Foundation. Learn more at anthem.com/indy/community. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. Wish TV meteorologist Tara Hastings. Good morning. How does our weather look?
Hey, good morning. It is going to be sunny and chilly for today. We will look for high temperatures right around 33 degrees. Clouds increase tonight. Turns cold. Lows fall to about 20 once again. And then on Saturday, we're watching a system move through. This will bring us a good chance of accumulating snow. Indianapolis would likely see 2 to 4 inches of snowfall, a little bit more farther northward, where northern Indiana could pick up almost a foot in some spots. A little bit less farther southward, where we could see a little bit of rain mixing in. It's going to be breezy, so tricky travel likely. High temperatures near 35. Late Saturday evening, we'll see some of that snow change over to a few rain showers in spots. Lows will fall to about 30, and then mostly cloudy skies Sunday. A chance for a few flurries and some light snow showers with highs near 34.
Thank you very much. Right now, it is 8:07 Friday morning. Tony Johnny Katz, the Morning News, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins, filling in. Of course, the biggest story out there over the last couple days has been the tragic attack on two National Guardsmen in Washington, D.C. One of those two, a young woman, 20 years old, has died. The man, who's 24, is still fighting for his life. And the person who is the person responsible for this has been apprehended. They were treated at the hospital with non-life-threatening issues and hopefully will be punished to the full extent of the law in the very near future for something truly horrific. It's not lost in my mind that that's a big story that's out there news. I want to say that just at the start of this because I'm going to pivot to something that's not that topic. But I will just say this, and I said it at the start of the show, that if you ever needed even a slight reminder of the sacrifice that men and women of our military are willing to give to this country to keep it safe, this is a horrible version of that reminder of just what they're willing to do for us. And it should never have happened. And I agree with Trump that the person shouldn't even be in this country, et cetera, et cetera. But nonetheless, a giant story out there. And just before the holiday, even more tragic. I know that even people were talking about the father of the young woman who died and some of the stuff he put up on social media, including him saying, if I'm not responding to some of the messages from people, please understand this is truly horrific. And of course, that makes sense. But it's just a terrible, terrible story. So I'd be remiss if I didn't at least mention again how important I think that story is and talking about it and remembering this individual, the person who has passed away. And if the other person, I pray to God, doesn't, but loses their life even more so, it becomes a conversation about the sacrifice the military makes for us all the time and the reasons that it should not have happened in this case, and yet it did. But something else I want to talk about, a pivot, a different conversation. I saw this deep dive story in a technology magazine about how algorithms and social media are pushing us further apart as a society. They're polarizing the country. And this could be politically polarized. This could be anything, in all honesty. The amount of ways in which you think that everybody agrees with you, whatever your position is on anything, because of what your social media feed says to you, and then you start to hate the people that disagree with you. I don't know if everybody actually hates. I know some people certainly do hate, it seems, and a lot of that hate seems like it comes from the left, if I'm being honest. But I just thought this was a really interesting topic, and I know that a lot of people blame social media, and I'm not saying it's not true, but I think that social media has leaned into how we behave as people. Like, my thought is that it wouldn't be successful if it wasn't something that we as people seem to want. We seem to want to see those moments of agreement from more and more individuals and not necessarily the people that are outside of those positions. So I wonder if part of what's been happening here is really just like human nature being exploited by social media, more so than just, something that they dastardly did to us all on their own. And there might be a value in continuing to challenge your positions on all kinds of things by reading the exact opposite. And the last thing I'll say about this, and I'll even open it up if Matt or Carl want to chime in at all. There's a person on my social media feed that I'm still friends with, a mother of one of my buddies in college. And she was around a lot in college. She was very sweet, very nice. Didn't seem like she wanted her son to be too far away from her, though. So we saw her more than any other parent when I was in school. And she is a far left person who says just crazy stuff on the internet sometimes, but I keep her as part of my feed, and I see the things she says because I find it interesting to see where she's at compared to where I'm at on a certain issue. Not that it changes my mind, but it seems, and other than that, she's a very sweet, very nice person. Like, I liked her. She gave us cookies all the time when she visited her kid. Like, all of the college kids liked her. We're like, oh, cookie lady is here. But again, she says some crazy stuff about politics, and I just think to myself, like, wow, I can't believe that she thinks that this is how everybody thinks. But her feed is probably much more full of that type of behavior or that type of attitude than mine. So I just think it's interesting that social media is the biggest reason that we're so polarized right now in society. Anybody else want to chime in or no?
I just think you're 100% correct, and there's no way around it. And the reason being, and I'm not saying that your friend is like this, but social media gave our opinions validation all of a sudden. Sure. And all of a sudden, in areas, in worlds where we wouldn't be paid attention to, we get, like, say, a dozen likes the first time. You know, that emboldens us. And then we want to go get more likes of it because somebody is saying that what we're saying is right. It validates us.
Yeah.
And then whenever somebody on social media says something to the opposite or something we don't like, we think because of that earlier validation, we can say whatever we want.
You're right, man.
And this is where we get into trouble is not only are we just taking somebody's secondhand information and making it part of our essence, but we're also taking a lot of people that aren't people. It's not real. I can look at X and I can say that's an AI post. I can look at X and say these are all bots. It gets easy to do when you read it enough and you don't want to be that person. But as far as social media putting us there, I absolutely believe that's the truth. Never mind the good things it does because there are the good things out there as well, but the bad, are polarized, more polarized as ever, baby. That's just where we're at.
The polarized definitely seems to outweigh the good, or the bad, definitely seems to outweigh the good. One other thing I'll say in response to what you just said, Matt, is this person that I'm talking about that's on my social media feed, she'll often share something from someone else, and I'll see that, like, she doesn't get a lot of likes, but the person she shared it from had a lot of interactions. So I think it might be that same thing of her wanting that validation and trying to take somebody else's post and put it out on her own to try to see that she gets the same level of it. And maybe that's not fulfilling enough, so then more stuff comes out after that. But it's crazy. Some of it's like, I wish we could be closer together. And then also right after that is like, the people who voted for this person need to be removed from our country. And I'm like, wow, okay. Like, that's not trying to get us closer, is it? All right. Carl,
and it just gives me a yuck feeling when I see people doing that too a lot of times, especially people who I know them and I know that they're really not this passionate about this particular event.
Sure.
And they're bringing out all the memes they found on the internet. The first thing they do is download them, go paste them to Facebook, and this is so exciting. And look at all these people paying attention to me, but I kind of feel bad, man.
Right.
Well, no, why? This isn't you. This isn't who you are.
Right. Right, and if I'm being honest, I'm also sad that Cookie Lady is now, changed in my brain. Because when I was in college, she just gave us cookies. That was a great time. Now I got to think about all, like, the hard left political things she thinks. And I'm like, man, okay. I remember the cookies fondly, at least.
You live long enough to become the villain. That's all I can say. When you're a hero, when you're saving Gotham as the Cookie Lady, you live long enough to become the
Dark Knight quote from Two-Face, the character who plays Toothpaste, and that says, "You live long enough to become the villain." That's absolutely fantastic. All right, we'll take a break. I know we got traffic coming up. Thank you, Matt, for chiming in on that one. I just thought it was real interesting that yes, social media is probably to blame. All right, quick break. More coming up in a bit.
Watch out on the interstates today. Just take it nice and easy. We do have a report of black ice, and this is downtown on 6570 around Washington Street, where you're entering that construction zone to the south of Washington. Just be careful on that stretch, and anywhere else we could have black ice today. So be careful on your Black Friday shopping. Traffic sponsored by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage is a whole department inside your Macy's store where you can find so many holiday essentials, all for under $25. Don't wait. Find a location at Macy'sBackstage.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. It's going to be sunny. There's going to be snow throughout the next couple days. A high of 36 and 33 on Saturday and Sunday, both with snow. High of 34 today. Right now in downtown Indianapolis, 22. That temperature brought to you by the American Standard Heating and Cooling Weather Center of 93 WIBC.
Strike gold with the best ticket deals of the season. Get Pacers tickets starting at $5.
Jackson attacking in on the left side with a left-hand scoop, and he's on the line with a chance for a three-point play.
Gold Friday presented by KeyBank is your chance to get tickets to some of the biggest Pacer games starting at just $5.
Naismith buries a three right in front of the Milwaukee bench.
These deals won't last long. Head to Pacers.com/Gold Friday. That's Pacers.com/Gold Friday to get yours.
Bad breath is a confidence killer. You can have the best outfit, the sharpest resume, the funniest jokes, but if your breath smells like the food you just ate, that's all people remember. It's not your fault. Bad breath often comes from your gut, and most regular gums and mints just cover it up. That's like spraying perfume on dirty laundry. It doesn't solve the problem. That's where Zellman's Minty Mouth comes in. Zellman's is not just another mint. Zellman's tiny dual-action capsules are coated with powerful, delicious mint and filled with parsley seed oil, clinically tested to fight the toughest offenders. Garlic, onions, coffee, even smoker's breath, all handled. With Zellman's, you get the confidence of fresh, clean breath that lasts for hours, because your breath should be as fresh as your food. Zellman's is only available online, so go to Zellmans.com. That's ZELMINS.com and use code FRESH for 15% off your first order. That's ZELMINS.com with code FRESH for 15% off your first order today. Backed by a 100% love it or your money back guarantee.
Everybody knows Hubler's got the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles. But did you know? Now you can get that same limited powertrain warranty on new Toyotas. Introducing the all-new Hubler Toyota. Get grand opening savings all month long. And right now, lease a new 2025 RAV4, just $349 per month. Or a new 2026 Corolla, $219 per month. Plus, choose from Camrys, Corollas, Highlanders, Tundras, and more.
Hubler's got you covered.
At the all-new Hubler Toyota on US 31 South in Indianapolis. Visit HublerToyota.com. Grand opening savings and the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles.
Cover me!
Select models, approved credit, plus tax tag title license, 249 dealer doc, 36 months RAV4 model 4432, 39 months Corolla model 1852, 2999 due, 0 security, 10,000 annual miles, 15 cents per mile thereafter, expires 11/30.
Food insecurity is an urgent problem, one that impacts real Hoosiers. You can help today. Gleaners needs donations. Your contribution goes further with Gleaners. For every $10 you give, Gleaners leverages their resources to turn your $10 into $90 worth of groceries for families who desperately need help right now. Your gift benefits local community members, and every dollar counts. Gleaners also needs volunteers now to help with warehouse distribution. Go to gleaners.org and donate or get involved today.
Attention Indiana homeowners, are you dealing with a wet and moldy crawl space? Hi, I'm Adam Swain with Swain Co. Crawl Space and Basement Repair, your real, local, Indiana family-owned experts dedicated to fixing your crawl space right the first time. And with our new no interest, no payment financing, you can get the repairs you need without breaking the bank. Don't let crawl space water problems dampen your spirits. Call Swain Co., Indy's most trusted waterproofing experts at 317-407-1868 or swaincollc.com.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
This hour powered by Pierce Jewelers, Carmel's full-service jewelry store.
Tony Katz, the Morning News, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins, filling in. Thrilled to be with you. Matt and Carl hanging out as they do every single morning on this show. A couple sillier things out there that I saw. First, how many cups of coffee a day do you need to drink to slow biological aging? Very specific study. Is this amount of cups of coffee good for you in other ways? Who knows? They don't care. They only want to know if you drink a certain amount, are you going to age slower, at least cognitively? And the answer is 4. 4 cups of coffee a day might make you biologically age slower, especially mentally, compared to more and or less caffeine. This is a significant number of cups of coffee because not everybody actually drinks 4. Matt Baer, I know, has like a gallon before he gets to the radio station. So I don't know how you feel about this.
And look, he looks very young.
Yes, he does. That's true, and in very good shape.
Yeah.
So, Matt, what do you think of 4?
I'll go to the gym later, and people start throwing dirt at me, all the 20-year-olds, because, we're looking at this. I didn't even know coffee was the fountain of youth here. Coffee, what keeps you younger. It's what does good for your skin.
Well, they say you can go overboard, though. They say 4 is the sweet spot because less or more might not be helping.
Your heart might explode, but you'll look younger, essentially. All right, good. Good to know.
Bad.
What happens is I order these Starbucks cold brews online.
Sure.
And I order them from Amazon. Then I'll drink one of those before I get to work, and then I'll have 4 cups at work. Okay. And then I'll have 2 in the afternoon for the evening rush. So I'm looking at about 6 cups in these Starbucks cold brews. We're just like a regular can of pop,
7 or so a day is how many you're drinking right now. How do you sleep at night? Do you sleep well?
I take melatonin. I had to decide if I wanted it. Yeah, I take melatonin.
And oatmeal.
Yeah.
And oatmeal.
Lots of oatmeal.
I forgot about that. Yeah, you fall asleep with some oatmeal.
It's so pathetic.
Nice.
So
lovely.
pathetic, yeah.
Are those on sale, by the way, on Black Friday, the cold brews? Have you checked?
That's a very good idea. I'm going to. I have if you open my refrigerator door right now, I have 35 cold brews and a bucket of chicken. And that's all you'll find in my refrigerator.
Fantastic, man.
Yeah, the bucket of
Great
chicken,
fridge.
that's, it's just kind of, people dangle the carrot to get through the rest of the day. That's kind of what my bucket
You
of chicken
boil
is.
the chicken, right?
No,
The whole
I put it
chicken?
on the foreman. I
Oh,
put
okay.
it right on the foreman, take it off the foreman, no preservatives, nothing. No.
By the way, I have a buddy who has a meat fridge that he tells me about all the time. It's just full. It's a secondary fridge in his garage that's just full of like meat. Whenever he wants to make steak or something, it's there all the time. It makes me so jealous. He'll send me photos of it when he restocks the meat fridge. I talk about this on Thanksgiving to people who have no idea who this person is. I don't know why. I just can't get over that it's amazing.
No, so it just keeps the meat at a particular kind of temperature. But still, I mean, it's got to be a freezer, right? You got to freeze the
It
meat
is.
if you're going to have that much.
It's a very cold refrigerator. I think it's on the lowest setting possible. It's basically a freezer. But it's just a giant thing full of meat, and it looks so amazing every time I see it.
Picturing
and I
that
don't have
walk-in that
one.
Rocky used to walk into and just start hitting the cows. Just cows hanging everywhere in this meat locker here.
Incredible.
So
I
much
would
fun.
convert my garage into one of those if I was allowed to do it. That'd be totally fine. And in Indianapolis over the next few months, it'll feel that way anyway. So anybody that wants to hang meat outside now seems like the right time to do it. One last thing before we take a break. There's a article, Am I the Jerk, on social media. I love this on Reddit. It's a different actual word. But someone asked a question, and the question is, do I have a butt? And I don't know why I love this topic so much. And here's the gist of it. So this girlfriend says that her boyfriend teases her for not having a backside. And so her response was to go on the internet and post a photo of her butt and then ask people online if she has one. And then she said, is she a jerk for doing this, going this road? Because she's trying to show her boyfriend that she, in fact, has a buttocks. And the answer seems to be no by the vast amount of the internet. The girl is totally, not know that she doesn't have a butt, Carl. She does have one. The answer seems to be no from the internet that she did something wrong by putting this up online. I love that the internet was totally fine with the young lady putting a photo of her rear end up on the internet.
See, I've learned this the hard way. I really have. You don't make those kind of taunts to the woman you love because you will pay for it in something like that. I mean, she said, okay, I don't have a butt. Let's see what all these other guys think.
Yeah.
And that's what she did, And
it's my favorite. Yeah, no, Matt, to your point, it's my favorite part of the internet. I love this website so much because it never gives you the right answer to a question. It gives you the internet answer to a question. And the most internet answer to a question I've ever seen is a woman saying, do you guys think I have a butt? Putting up a photo of her butt, and all the guys being like, yeah, you do. And you're not a jerk at all. You're amazing.
Dude totally got what was coming towards him. He totally earned this 100%.
He did.
You don't
He did.
do
All
that in a relationship,
Fantastic. I love that even we, three guys in a radio station, are like, it's totally fine, man.
Yeah.
If you want to do more of this, we all support you. All right. I know that was a weird tangent. I just couldn't help, but I wanted to throw it out there. All right, we'll take another break. We got more coming up. Matt's got traffic for us.
If we're looking at the Circle of Lights tonight, if you're coming in, IMPD advises everybody to use the east-west entrances as you can. And please watch out for construction. Some of the cones have come up. Some of them have not. So allow plenty of time to find your parking for the Circle of Lights on a beautiful Monument Circle happening tonight. Just watch those interstates for black ice as you come in as well. Traffic sponsored by Sullivan Hardware and Garden. Shopping online might be easy, but it doesn't feel like Christmas. So trade your scrolling for strolling at Sullivan Hardware and Garden in Allisonville. Home and Garden by Sullivan. Soak in the season among holiday decor, gifts, live trees, and more at Sullivan's, where Christmas comes to life. I'm Matt Bear with Traffic on the Fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Get great deals this weekend at the Central Indiana Gun and Knife Show this Saturday and Sunday at Stout Field in Indianapolis. The best dealers in the region will be at the Central Indiana Gun and Knife Show. Admission is just $6 for adults, and kids 12 and under get in free. Attendees must be 18 or accompanied by an adult. Buy, sell, trade. This Saturday 9 to 5 and Sunday 9 to 3. Get directions and see upcoming events and more at CentralIndianaGunShows.com. That's CentralIndianaGunShows.com.
Make your home magical at Miss M's Home and Garden. Wonderful Christmas gifts, delectable chocolates, live trees, wreaths, and more. Miss M's Home and Garden, State Road 135 in Bargersville.
No Kid Hungry is providing healthy meals and hope to hungry kids so they can build better futures. Learn more at helpnokidhungry.org.
See the diamonds at Pierce Jewelers. Diamond earrings, diamond pendants, diamond rings, and diamond bracelets. They shop the world to bring you the best. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
The Indianapolis Public Library. More than just books. Visit your local branch today.
When it comes to your home, it's important to sell it to someone you can trust. Simple Quarters has helped over 3,000 families sell their homes in Indiana.
I'm excited to start the new chapter of my life. I'm going to be moving 2 states away to be with my husband. Ronnie came out to do my walkthrough. It was great. We had a chance to talk about the house. We had a chance to listen to what my goals were, and they helped me to meet them. Then I had the offer, I believe, within 2 hours of them coming through and doing the walkthrough. Simple Quarters never tried to change their offer at any point during the process. Once they gave me that offer, it stood. The offer was absolutely fair. They did explain to me how they came to that price, and it was a fair offer. The best part about this process is I didn't have to make any repairs to the house. Simple Quarters has taken it as is, which is a huge stress relief. It just couldn't have worked out better. It really couldn't have.
Call Simple Quarters 317-900-HOME. 317-900-HOME.
Hey, Black Friday's come early to Tom Roush Lincoln with our 999 deal. $9,000 off a new Lincoln Corsair, $9,000 off a new Lincoln Nautilus, or $9,000 off a new Lincoln Aviator. Your choice of any of these great luxury cars, $9,000 off. So get those Black Friday deals all month long at Tom Roush Lincoln.
Corsair stock number L25277, MSRP 5220. Nautilus stock number L25270, MSRP 57235. Aviator stock number L25246, MSRP 65165. See dealer for complete offer details.
Picture this, you're on a date, and then bad breath happens. Confidence gone. Here's the truth. Most gums and mints are just bad breath Band-Aids, but not Zellman's Minty Mouth. The functional breath freshener you swallow. Tiny dual-action capsules with mint on the outside, parsley seed oil inside, clinically tested to fight the toughest offenders, even garlic and onions. It's only available online. Go to Zellmans.com, Zelmins, Zellmans.com, code FRESH for 15% off.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
Through their service, veterans have our backs. Now we should have theirs. Learn more at gotyoursix.org.
Hi, it's T. Brian Hayes here from the Retirement Money Matter Show. Time is running out on the year 2025, and there are many retirement planning decisions that need to be made that have year-end deadlines. One of those decisions is a very big one regarding tax planning and the moves you should make before the end of the year to save tax dollars and become more tax efficient. Join me this weekend to get the details about all this, as well as the details about many other big decisions to make before the end of the year. The Retirement Money Matter Show airs this Saturday morning at 6 a.m. right here on WIBC.
Welcome to Cricket Wireless. Santa?
I've got to get Mrs. Claus a gift or I'm in a whole lot of trouble.
How about a single unlimited line? Only $35, plus a free Moto G 5G.
Oh, you're a lifesaver. Here, take a present.
Says it's for Timmy in Des Moines.
Never heard of him.
Join Cricket Nation and get a single line for $35 per month, plus a free Moto G 5G. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket may temporarily slow data speeds if the network is busy. Requires activation of new line on select unlimited plan or higher. Pay $40 first month. New lines only. First month service charge. Tax to its sale fees. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Shopping online might be easy, but it doesn't feel like Christmas. Trade your scrolling for strolling. Bring your family and make it part of your tradition. Sullivan's, where Christmas comes to life.
Housing discrimination because of race, color, or national origin is against the law. If you believe you've experienced housing discrimination, contact HUD at hud.gov/fair housing.
Radiothon. I'm here at the phone bank for the Salvation Army.
The 31st annual WIBC Radiothon for the Salvation Army, presented by Financial Center.
It has been such a great ride. I would do anything for the Salvation Army.
Since 1994, your generosity has helped raise millions of dollars that stay here in central Indiana. Join us December 12th and 13th, doing the most good. The Salvation Army of Central Indiana, Financial Center at 93 WIBC. 93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
He says he's overwhelmed by your support. Winter storm watch in effect through Sunday. Radar clear right now, but it is cold. There's a wind chill in effect in Indianapolis with temperatures around 23, but they really feel like the teens. We're going up to 32 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:31.
These are individuals that were subject to one of the most heinous acts you could possibly imagine. Fortunately, there were other guardsmen nearby to neutralize the threat.
West Virginia Governor Patrick Morrisey speaking with Fox News last night, minutes after President Trump announced that Sarah Beckstrom, a 20-year-old member of the state's National Guard, had died from injuries she sustained after she was shot by an Afghan national on Wednesday in Washington, D.C.
The support network that we're seeing throughout West Virginia, the country, is unmatched. I mean, people know what these two did. They were leaders. They were popular. They're heroes.
And the other guardsman who was shot, Andrew Wolf, who's only 24 years old, is in bad shape this morning. President Trump says that he'll permanently pause migration from all third world countries. Trump also said he intends to end federal benefits and subsidies for non-citizens. On Thanksgiving, President Trump didn't just talk turkey, he talked drugs. From Mar-a-Lago in West Palm Beach, he thanked U.S. troops for their service, but quickly shifted to a bigger concern, stopping narcotics from flowing into the United States.
We've almost stopped. It's about 85% stopped by sea. You probably noticed that. People aren't wanting to be delivering by sea, and we'll be starting to stop them by land also.
He said his administration is stepping up defenses against drug traffickers, especially those believed to be operating out of Venezuela. Well, it looks like we have a snowstorm headed our way.
Yeah, we're going to have a moderate to potentially significant winter storm be tracking across the plains, coming in the Midwest here early on the weekend. We're expecting for central Indiana to have accumulating snow entering western counties around dawn Saturday.
Forecaster Alex McGinnis at the National Weather Service, Indianapolis.
After Saturday night, we're going to have the system's going to pull its cold front through the area. Pre-dawn Sunday. Sunday is going to be, temperatures will be falling through the 20s. It'll be blustery, breezy, low wind chills, and anything that doesn't get, shoveled or treated is going to freeze solid Sunday.
Says temperatures will remain very cold for several days. Hoosier shoppers can expect plenty of giveaways today for Black Friday. Target bringing back its holiday tote giveaway. The first 100 people in line getting a limited edition bag with free small goodies. And then 10 of those bags could get up to $300 a giveaway. JCPenney rolling out time giveaways as well throughout the day, including chances at diamond earrings and $500 in cash. If you need a caffeine boost, Biggie Coffee is handing out swag bags with a drink purchase. Other retailers are doing similar things. In sports on WIBC, IU's football team has a lot of weapons all over the field, especially quarterback Fernando Mendoza. And that's according to Purdue linebacker Manny Powell. Tonight, the second-ranked Hoosiers meet Purdue in the Old Oaken Bucket game.
We got to be disciplined in our drops and getting after them. We got to make sure we're blitzing fast, and we just know we got to come with grit and have a chip on our shoulder to get after them, get them uncomfortable.
Now tonight is the 127th meeting between the teams in the 100th Old Oaken Bucket matchup. The first one was played in 1891, and the Bucket rivalry started in 1925. Kickoff at 7:30. Indianapolis Colts quarterback Daniel Jones says he will plan to play through a fibula injury as the team fights for a playoff spot. Right now, the Colts are in first place in the AFC South, and they meet the Houston Texans on Sunday. The Texans are really hot. The game at Lucas Oil Stadium will kick off at 1 o'clock. And the Indiana Pacers are back in NBA Cup action tonight, taking on the Washington Wizards at Cambridge Fieldhouse. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 8:35. Traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Bear.
Yeah, Ryan, looking in Johnson County, northbound 65, a couple of miles north of State Road 44 King, Franklin. This is a crash blocking the right lane. No delay here at the moment. A little bit of a slowdown. Here in the metro, a report of black ice. This is 6570 near Washington Street, so please be careful on the interstates today. Could have some black ice out there in spots. Traffic sponsored by Sullivan Hardware and Garden. Shopping online might be easy, but it doesn't feel like Christmas, so trade your scrolling for strolling at Sullivan Hardware and Garden in Allisonville. Home and Garden by Sullivan. Soak in the season among holiday decor, gifts, live trees, and more at Sullivan's, where Christmas comes to life. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. It looks like we're going to have a cold weekend. Sunny and a high of 36 tomorrow. Sunny and a high of 33 on Sunday. But both days also snow is in the forecast. And it's also sunny today, a high of 34, 21 right now in downtown Indianapolis. That temperature brought to you by the American Standard Heating Weather Center of 93 WIBC. This is Tony Katz in the Morning News. 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins filling in. I'm going to say a word that some people think is offensive during this segment. I'm just warning you now. I don't know why I'm doing it this way, but I am. But I think that the context matters for a lot of people that are not adding it here. So the President of the United States went on Truth Social, his social media platform. He put up a very long Thanksgiving post. And within his Thanksgiving post, he called Tim Walz, the governor of Minnesota, retarded. That's the word he used. And a lot of people said it was horrible and terrible and offensive because the R word, as they refer to it, is a insensitive term that talks about people who actually have mental disabilities and not what it grew up being. And you know what I thought was really interesting about this? When I was younger, a lot of people used this word. And you never really meant it about someone who actually had a mental disability. You meant it about someone who was being stupid. It was interchangeable with the word stupid. And then it went away. I remember that too. I remember people on social media and other places calling it the R word and saying you're being mean to people who have mental disorders or whatnot, which seemed like it didn't really make sense. And then I think Joe Rogan at the beginning of this year on his podcast celebrated the return use of the word retarded to mean what it meant when you were a kid, which is just someone else is being stupid. Someone else is being a jerk and an idiot, and they're not someone who actually has like a mental disability. And the reason I keep using it and talking about it and saying it this way, and maybe this is also kind of a weird thing. I live in Texas now. I used to live in the Midwest. And people in Texas have never gotten the memo that this word was ever inappropriate at all. They definitely use it all the time. I've heard it in conversations with people who are way far to the left, incredibly woke on any other topic, and they still say it. And I even remember I was talking to one person about it and I made a joke. I'm like, man, in Chicago where I lived for a long time, which is very far left and woke too, a lot of people get mad if they heard that word that you're saying the word retarded. And people here in Texas are like, yeah, so what? I don't care. I just find it also amusing because the bigger thing to me, outside of continuing to say and use that word, whether or not it made you mad, is that Trump was talking about something very different, and that word became the obsession of mainstream media. Trump was talking about the terrible decision to let a whole bunch of people unvetted into our country after the horrible withdrawal in Afghanistan. Trump was talking about the political opposition he has from people for all different kinds of reasons. He had a lot of other points within his long Thanksgiving post. And once again, media is obsessed with however they can depict him as the worst possible version of a human being, that they can see. And that makes this story more valuable to mainstream media. And then they talk about it. And I assume more Americans go and actually read the post. So it's just interesting. It feels very similar to the Seditious Six, which I don't mind that nickname. I think it's kind of interesting that people started using it. These are people that were telling military men and women to disregard the orders of the president. Almost nobody saw that story a week ago. I think it was like a week and a few days ago that it first came out. I first started discussing it. Some other radio places, I've mentioned that before. But then Trump comes out and says that the punishment for sedition is death. Not that he actually wanted to kill members of our political system. But he says that, and everybody goes crazy. And it becomes a story for over a week. So just the use of one word within a long social media post by Donald Trump, President Trump, appears to be something that is now going to cause this story to have a life of its own. I even read the Daily Beast, which had its own hit take or own hit piece on it that said Donald Trump uses shocking slur in late night Thanksgiving message. Mental health needs to be assessed. And I think Tim Walz, the guy he was talking about, has demanded release of the MRI for President Trump. But the funny thing is that if you're paying attention to recent social media trends, and maybe this is mostly young people who are annoyed with the amount of over woke that came into our society, because a lot of young people seem to use these words online now, and it's part of the reason that they're becoming more prevalent in podcasts and other places. So even though some in mainstream media, or honestly in these left-leaning media places, are upset about it, it seems like it's actually a reflection of what the younger, trendy society version of things are talking about again. So Trump seems to be more connected to how people are talking about certain things online now than the media people who want to represent him as poorly as possible. I just thought that was interesting. They're going to use it as a spin to say he's mentally not strong enough to be our president, when he actually seems more in touch with the way that people are talking online right now. And again, as I said a bit ago, Joe Rogan sort of famously earlier this year I used that word a lot of times. And then the New York Times and other places wrote about it and talked about it and said how horrible he was for using it. And again, I remember growing up as a kid, if I ever used that word, it had nothing to do with trying to be mean to someone that actually had a mental disability, because my friend was being a moron and I wanted him to know he was being a moron, so I called him retarded. But all right, I will take a break. I know I use the word a lot. You might be mad, but it is what it is. I think that it is something that certainly is having a life of its own debate online. And so why not talk about it here? Have a quick break, a lot more. Craig Collins filling in. Tony Katz, The Morning News, 93 WIBC.
Hammer and Nigel.
The Secret Service announced that they have dismantled basically an electronic
spying ring,
300 SIM servers, and 100,000 SIM cards. This network that was broken up would have the ability to text everybody in the United States within a couple of seconds.
Yeah, no arrests concerns me, but the fact that they caught it is awesome.
Hammer and Nigel, weekdays 3 till 7 on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
WIBC cares, and if you or someone you care about needs food assistance, we have resources for you, including food distribution locations with an interactive map. Also, learn how you can make a difference for friends and neighbors in need, all at WIBC.com.
Listen, were you forced into getting a solar contract and now you just don't want it anymore? Maybe the solar company misled you. Or is your solar contract buried with hidden fees? Are you not saving the amount of money you thought you would on your energy costs? Don't worry. At the Solar Exit Hotline, we can help you cancel your solar contract, even if the panels are already installed. Our experienced legal team will review your contract and help you cancel it, possibly saving you thousands of dollars. You got to call right now for complete details. So listen, if you're not happy with your solar contract for any reason, we are here to help you cancel it. Call the Solar Exit Hotline now for immediate options to help you exit your solar contract. This call is 100% free.
800-798-9512. 800-798-9512. 800-798-9512. That's 800-798-9512.
Strike gold with the best ticket deals of the season. Get Pacers tickets starting at $5.
Jackson attacking in on the left side with a left-hand scoop, and he's on the line with a chance for a three-point play.
Gold Friday presented by KeyBank is your chance to get tickets to some of the biggest Pacer games starting at just $5.
Naismith buries a three right in front of the Milwaukee bench.
These deals won't last long. Head to Pacers.com/Gold Friday. That's Pacers.com/Gold Friday to get yours.
The best AI for your business isn't artificial. It's advisor intelligence. With Horizon, you get real people to help you drive real growth. Open your business account today at horizonbank.com/business AI. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Matt Bear, how do the roads look?
Greg, we have a crash in Johnson County. This is northbound 65 after State Road 44 King Street. And right now the right lane is blocked. Interstates look pretty good right now as we check inbound 65 from Lebanon, looking good from State Road 32 down to the Dogleg 865, moving up to speed. Traffic sponsored by Sullivan Hardware and Garden. Shopping online might be easy, but it doesn't feel like Christmas. So trade your scrolling for strolling at Sullivan Hardware and Garden at Allisonville Home and Garden by Sullivan. Soak in the season among holiday decor, gifts, live trees, and more. It's Sullivan's, where Christmas comes to life. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. Sunny, a high of 34 for today. Snow the next couple days, high of 36 for Saturday, 33 for Sunday. Right now in downtown Indianapolis, it's 21. That temperature brought to you by the American Standard Heating Weather Center of 93 WIBC.
Find the path to recovery that works for you. Learn more at cdc.gov/stopoverdose.
Food insecurity is an urgent problem, one that impacts real Hoosiers. You can help today. Gleaners needs donations. Your contribution goes further with Gleaners. For every $10 you give, Gleaners leverages their resources to turn your $10 into $90 worth of groceries for families who desperately need help right now. Your gift benefits local community members, and every dollar counts. Gleaners also needs volunteers now to help with warehouse distribution. Go to gleaners.org and donate or get involved today.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Head online to the contest page at WIBC.com and enter for your chance to win a pair of tickets to see Trans-Siberian Orchestra Thursday, December 4th at Gainbridge Fieldhouse.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. You'll find exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 50% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. This year, make Christmas cash with Farnsworth Metal Recycling. Raise Demolition and Farnsworth Metal Recycling, family-owned in Indy for 3 generations, are names you know and trust. Bring in your scrap aluminum, steel, copper, or brass and turn it into holiday spending money. Whether you're decking the halls, buying gifts, or just want a little extra jingle in your pocket, cash is king at Farnsworth.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling, a familiar face in Indy.
Oh, please, man, come on. I can actually sing the lyrics to this one. This is Tony Katz for Morning News, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins filling in. Matt and Carl hanging out as they do every morning on this show. This is the theme song for Friends. Thank you.
You had no build up there. You didn't even want to even phone a friend.
I know. Well, I'm sorry. I can't pretend I don't know the lyrics to this one. Do you know who actually sings this song? I know that Carl would. He's playing the audio. Matt, do you know who sings this?
This is Slayer.
Dude, that would be great. I would love it if Slayer did their version of it. The Rembrandt is the name of the group that sings this, right?
Yeah, Rembrandt.
Okay. All right, cool. Fantastic. I think I got that right. Yes, that's a pretty famous theme song. I like that Carl didn't embarrass me by doing one that I don't know. So thank you for that. Some other thing. Yeah, there we go. Some other things out there that I saw that I thought were interesting. Did anybody do a fart walk yesterday?
Oh, my. No.
What's
no,
that?
You did not? Okay, well, all right, fine. So this is something that's been recommended the last few years after Thanksgiving to get the body moving again. You should take a fart walk, is what they're saying. You should do this after a lot of meals, they're actually saying online. This would be after you've eaten, let it digest for a little bit, and then in order to get the metabolism really going, take a walk and pass as much gas as you can during said walk. It's a real thing. And the doctors are saying it'd be great for you. It's great for your body to do it that way.
You don't need to take a walk to fart.
You don't. You don't.
Yeah, just destroy the whole family, you know?
Yeah. Just do this as horribly as possible.
Happy Thanksgiving. Oh, I got you again.
Well, I know today is also jokingly referred to as Brown Friday, not just Black Friday. I don't want to explain why, but it's a real thing that's out there. Maybe the fart walking on Thanksgiving. Maybe the fart walking on Thanksgiving would help to not have as many people save it till today. I'm just putting that out there.
It's the courteous thing to do, is to go on that walk and to do that for your family and the people that cooked and that you love. I'm not going to put you through this. And you go outside. Yeah. Okay.
And I'm going to help you as much as I can in all the ways that I possibly can, and we'll all be happier for it. Another debate online that I love a lot is, when is it appropriate to put up the Christmas tree? Today is the option that most people say is the earliest you possibly should put it up. People who go to a Thanksgiving meal and see Christmas decorations at the house oftentimes say that that's too soon. What do you guys think? Is it officially today that you can decorate for Christmas or no?
I think it matters if you cooked yesterday or not. I mean, if you did all that, I can't imagine you wanting to put up a Christmas tree today. I know people that had it up since the end of October, since after Halloween. They put the Christmas tree up and put the garland and get in the Christmas spirit, so to each your own. But that just seems like a lot of work after Thanksgiving dinner and going through the drama and, the political conversations and who's mad at who. There was drinking, there was a fight. But then again, maybe coming home and putting up the Christmas tree will reverse all that and put you in a good mood, Christmassy mood. So I don't know. It depends on what your thing is.
What I do really like about it is I have a family member who loves the Christmas tree and the Christmas decorations for Thanksgiving because they like to host Thanksgiving as well. And I think they're kind of just showing off because they go over and above for Christmas decorations anyway. So I think the idea is everybody has to come to our house on this day. We know they're going to be here, and let's make the house an explosion of Christmas stuff so that they have to talk about it. They have to talk about all the things in the house, the over-in-the-top decorating of it kind of thing. So I do know at least one person in my life who does it before Thanksgiving is over, but I think it's just to get that pat on the back themselves.
What if you would be the guy that would walk in and be like, guys, this is too soon? And just really, give them a look and just, no, I'm kidding. But I bet that would stick in their craw for the rest of the holiday season.
I bet you it would. And I'm kind of that guy, Matt, by the way.
Well, it's, they're putting it up to decoration just so people would see them. And it's kind of like, I get, maybe this isn't it. Maybe I'm Grinch here, but it kind of feels like a keeping up with the Joneses vibe. Look at this. I am now in the holiday spirit, and I am first.
Yes. By the way, my mother also goes crazy for Christmas. She does it after Thanksgiving. She has Thanksgiving decorations, which I've always credited my mom for. Like, she'll put that stuff up and outside, and then she'll go crazy now with stuff. I like that a lot more, because once the actual house is decorated for Christmas, and you got the bunch of, like, the blow-up things in the front yard, the Santa and the whatnot, like, to me, that's more fun. So if you want to go crazy, I think you definitely have to wait.
And now in Indiana today, it is actually like a perfect day to put up the Christmas tree. I'm not going to lie. I mean, it's cold out. You have a little bit of sun coming in. I mean, it feels like a day that you would put on a fire and put up the Christmas tree and just get some of the people you like the most and bring them around and just decorate the house. Sure. I remember those days. It's a little nostalgic. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's
no,
fun
and if I had visited my family and I was in South Bend right now, I would be outside in the cold putting up the stuff outside because I'd be forced to do it. Yeah. They would shove me out there, because that's what you did as a kid. I remember, I know we might be running out of time, but I do remember building a manger for my mother one Christmas. She had all the, light up things for the nativity set, but she didn't have a manger. And she asked me to build one. And I think I was like 14. And I'm like, I can do that. It is not a good manger. I will be honest to today. It looks like a child who didn't know what they were doing built it, but my mom continues to put it up as part of the decorations. So I'm sort of both embarrassed and happy about that thing has stood the test of time, because it is very, very poorly built.
Well, it's not a good manger unless you have real animals. That's the first thing.
That's true. That's true.
You're already a step behind here. I mean,
I will also say, from the theme of Christmas, that Jesus was born in a pretty not great place. It definitely pulls off that vibe, man. It looks like the cheapest place in town to have a child. I built it. Maybe I built it on purpose that way, for that reason.
I just about said something that would have gotten me into a lifetime of trouble, and I'm so glad I've grown up. I've grown up a couple of years.
I'm proud of you, Matt. I'm glad your career's going to keep going.
Good.
All right, we can get out of here. I know we got to get out of here. Matt, you got traffic. Thank you, guys. You're awesome. See you later.
Thank God. Looking at the south side, Greenwood. It's northbound 65, actually just north of Franklin. Crash north of State Road 44 King Street, and that's blocking the right lane, causing a little bit of a slowdown. And then northbound 6570 of Fletcher Avenue, that is a reported debris on the roadway. Watch out for the right center lane. Traffic sponsored by Sullivan Hardware and Garden. Shopping online might be easy, but it doesn't feel like Christmas. So trade your scrolling for strolling at Sullivan Hardware and Garden in Allisonville. Home and Garden by Sullivan. Soak in the season with holiday decor, gifts, live trees, and more at Sullivan's, where Christmas comes to life. I'm Matt Bear, WIBC Traffic.
We know that around the holidays, things don't always go as planned. That's why Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles. So make memories this season in a Hubler quality pre-owned vehicle. Over 2,000 to choose from. And buy with zero down. Yes, zero down delivers. Every Hubler Q certified vehicle is covered by a 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. It includes a 128-point vehicle inspection, plus a free Carfax history report. Plus, we'll pay top dollar for your trade. Bring Hubler your old car for an immediate appraisal. No matter where your plans take you, spread cheer all season long, knowing Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles. Happy holidays, Indiana. Visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 convenient locations. Select models, approved credit, warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
Don Fisher for QC Kinetics. I was struggling with chronic knee pain and wasn't encouraged with the options of risky surgery and pain pills. QC Kinetics offered the best option for me, cutting-edge regenerative medicine. Their non-invasive treatment stimulated my body's own biologics so I could be pain-free and get back to doing what I love, playing golf. QC Kinetics has a fantastic success rate, and it's clear to see why so many Hoosiers are happy to tell their story of how they reclaim their lives with the QC Kinetics approach. Ready to live your life pain-free? Go to qckinetics.com/Indianapolis or call 317-559-PAIN and get a no-obligation consultation. QC Kinetics uses the latest technologies, whether it's stem cell, PRP, plasma, or a number of other advanced therapies. Call QC Kinetics. It'll be the best call you will make. Get back in the game, whatever that is for you. Call 317-559-PAIN.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors when you need more comfort for yourself.